schedule for the Valparaiso Vikings, but Portage, a team that's looking to kind of get back onto the winning column again, trying to get back to that 4-4 record.
No, and I agree 100%. And the way Portage needs to do this is to, come into this game, you got to establish an identity.
Yeah.
Looking at the stats, there's, not really something that stands out passing-wise. Quarterback's got 796 yards on the year. Cody Young with 7 touchdowns to 5 picks, but then also on the other end, you got Daquan Fields with 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. The key to the night for Portage is establish your offense. Decide, are you going to be a pass attack or are you going to be a rush attack tonight?
Well, and one thing, too, when you look at the roster a little bit here, it's considerably a young team. There are a lot of juniors on this team, and when you think, high school in general, juniors a little bit older, but when you think about varsity football, juniors kind of on the young side of things. So this is a team that's gelling together this year, and that chemistry can only help you into next season when you get your quarterback, when you get your the vast majority of your offensive line, they're not underclassmen, but they're not seniors. So you're getting a lot of these guys back next year. So when you gel and you get all this varsity experience on a Friday night as juniors, that only helps you for next season.
I agree 100%. And like you said, the offensive line, they may lose one guy next year that's a senior at center. Other than that, you got a young core on that offensive line. Got 2 guys that got 1 more year after this year, and then you got starting left tackle. He still has 2 years left.
Yeah, it's intriguing to see how this Portage team comes in. I know our sports director, Mike DeWan, was all heavy on this Portage team, and I think rightfully so. And then you get 2 weeks into the season, we're like, hey, this team's for real. And then, the DAC, it's just such a tough conference for up and down. You got, the Great Crown Point, which I know people are sick of hearing about, but at this point, one of the best teams not only in the area but in the state as well. And this Valpo team, we can flip the page on them to them a little bit. This Valpo team, they really do it as a balanced attack. When you look at their numbers, Chris, they've got good numbers in the quarterback position. They've got good numbers in the running back position, but then they do it all on defense as well.
And I agree 100%. A big factor for them this season has been Thomas Berta. Right now he's number 9 in the region in rushing at 715 yards, averaging 100 yards a game, and he's got 8 touchdowns on the year. When you're able to establish that run attack, it opens up the quarterback to get that 7 touchdowns, 900 yards, opens up the passing game for them.
One of my favorite parts of this offense, though, is that you do have a quarterback, again, a junior, so it's going to be another year with Kellen Hosick as well at the quarterback position, so that's just trouble for the rest of the DAC when you go into this thing. But one of the guys that stands out, and he is a senior this year, but one of the guys that has really impressed me when I've seen Valpo as many times as I have this year, a lot of accolades came to Julian Stokes to start the year, but the guy that has really been stepping up and been impressive, especially in the wide receiver core, has been Austin McKenzie. When you look at him, 5'6", 160, but he has got over 340 yards receiving.
Agree 100%, and that's a good size for a slot receiver. You get him in that interior role, have a linebacker line up on him in coverage, and that's a mismatch opportunity right there with that size, and I'm sure the same speed with those yards.
And one guy to keep an eye on, and we're not sure how he's going to get used in the offense today, but one guy that is making his return, and I know a lot of guys here in the press box were excited about this as well, but the tight end number 9, Charles Kopp, comes back healthy. You see a little Keegan Bagley, but good to see Charles Kopp back in that lineup and see what kind of factor he makes in this one. All right, we're going to have football for you on the other side of a quick timeout. We'll bring the national anthem. Well, of course, we'll bring you the introduction of the Valparaiso Vikings. Chris, have you been here before to Viking Field?
I have not. This is my first time at Viking Field, and I am loving the atmosphere, loving the stadium.
We got a lot of the underclassmen there. You got the junior levels out on the field right now. We got the band playing off to the right. They do a lot of great things here at Valparaiso. When you talk about the atmospheres around Northwest Indiana, some of the top ones that always get accolades are your Hobarts and your Lowells, but Valparaiso, there's a vibe here in Valpo as well, and we're going to see fireworks a little bit later on. So we're going to take a step aside for just a couple of minutes. When we come back, we will give you those starting lineups for both the Portage Indians and the Valparaiso Vikings, and we'll watch these teams get introduced as well. So we'll step aside for just a moment. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Mind taking a picture of it for me?
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Chris Figg. Happy to be with you on a Friday night. The crazy thing about tonight, Chris, is this is week 8 already. We got one game left in the regular season. We got to get through tonight, obviously, though, so 2 games left, theoretically, as the Valparaiso Vikings get ready to make their way out onto the field. So we got a nice hype video going on, but we got to get you these guys as they make their way out onto the field. So get ready, Chris. It's going to be a little bit of a fun ride. Hype video's ready to go as the Vikings taking on the Portage Indians tonight. A good DAC matchup. Start to round out conference play. Always exciting stuff around here in Northwest Indiana. I'm a little biased, but I think we're one of the premier areas in the state when it comes to the football vibes on a Friday night. Maybe not Texas size, but there you go. The firework display as the Vikings take the field. It's like 4th of July every Friday night here in Valparaiso.
Man, that is wild. I have seen.
You haven't had that the last 2 weeks, have you?
I have not. It reminds me of my time being in college in Eastern Kentucky.
There you go.
Seeing some of those small teams play, you would be shocked at how much they love football out there in the mountains.
Oh, I can only imagine. All right, we were starting to. I don't even remember what we were talking about before we got to that moment. Well, we were just talking about week 8 of the high school football season. It's crazy to think as we're getting ready to kind of wind down the season here. I mean, there's so much prep going all summer long into this year, and then all of a sudden you're in week 8 already. And 1 week left, but we got this week to go too. And Valparaiso trying to just get back in that winning column. That's the thing here in Valparaiso, and a lot of expectations. They were one of the highly touted teams in Class 5A here in the state, and then a couple of bad weeks, and it's starting to knock you off a little bit. I mean, we've dropped them all the way down to 6 in our RSN poll. We had them at number 4 for a good chunk of time, and at one point when I was calling the game here, Chris, we had Valpo, depending on which poll you looked at, they were either ranked 1, 2, or 3 amongst the polls in the state, and then we had them at 4. That's just about Northwest Indiana teams. So just talk to you about the quality that we have up here, and then where Valparaiso and Merrillville are going to rank in the state as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely speaks on the region itself overall, just like you said, knowing that your teams are always in that top 4 category of their classes, and even in the state. I mean, that's a huge confidence booster for you going into games.
100%. We are going to tune you in now to our national anthem.
From Valparaiso.
Oh, and a wonderful rendition from the Valparaiso marching band out there. I'll get you the Valparaiso fight song. Portage coming in here after a big win last week against Michigan City, 9-7. That's the crazy thing about the Duneland Athletic Conference. You get some of these teams, like the Michigan City Wolves, that are able to dominate some teams, and then Portage comes in who's on a losing streak, and they come in and get a win. And it feels like the Big Ten in a lot of ways, in my opinion. You got your tiers, you got your top teams, and you got your middle teams, and that middle section of the conference has really expanded over the course of time. It's not really, there's that bottom tier is kind of disappearing into the middle tier as the Portage Indians make their way to the sideline. Our Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. A beautiful 70 degrees. I would say the only clouds in the sky are coming off the effects of the fireworks, but that'll dissipate over the course of time. But a beautiful evening for football. Temperatures will continue to drop as this game progresses. So that's your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter, as the captains will head out to midfield. So we'll keep an eye on who's going to be getting the ball first this evening, and then we'll give you that starting lineup. As we will kick things off with a Quintel kickoff. That kickoff and all kickoffs will be presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. So pleasantries being exchanged there at midfield between the Portage Indians and Valparaiso Vikings. So we'll see what awaits us there, but another great crowd on hand here at Valparaiso again tonight, packing the stands, a sea of green. And I apologize if I get the particular shade of green wrong. I know some schools are pretty particular about their shades. So Valpo will receive the opening kick, so Portage will get the ball to start the second half. So there's a win right off the bat. What kind of momentum does that bring you? It looks like they're getting a little bit of hype over there on the Portage side. Excuse me. What kind of hype does that give your team right off the bat? Hey, we won we coin toss. We're gonna get the ball second. Does that give you? We're starting the second half. Does that build any momentum right off the bat, or just kind of like, oh, no big deal?
I mean, it definitely builds momentum, especially if you get a big stop, whether it's a 3-and-out or you get them to punt the ball away. I mean, that starts the momentum for the rest of the game, and especially going into halftime. If you're able to score, I mean, you could almost double up on score coming right back out of halftime. But also on the side of Valpo, it's big, because if they're able to drive down the field and score, that starts the momentum going for them. I mean, it's very possible with this offense. I mean, quarterback's accounted for 1,000 yards, and as I said earlier, Bird has got 715 on the ground this year.
So kicking things away will be Daniel Lulu for the Portage Indians as they begin to line up. Back to return for the Vikings is Julian Stokes, and it appears Austin McKenzie out there. We'll give you that Valpo starting lineup here in just a moment. We'll give you our officials also as well. And again, this is a Quintel kickoff. And week number 8 is underway here at Valparaiso. A little short kick right picked up at the 30. It's dropped. Ball is loose, and we're going to find out who's on it. A lot of the Portage players saying that they've got it. We're going to find out here. We'll wait for an official signal from our officials here. That would build some momentum on your side, and looks like Portage has it.
I mean, that is huge momentum to kick off the game. Not only do you get the ball back at the start of the second half, but, I mean, you get the ball to start the first half. That's incredible.
Our officials today, David Brenza, Todd Elias, Craig Fought, Raleigh Thill, and Kyle Madden. So I got to switch my scorecard here, and we're going to talk about the Portage Indians first now. Cody Young in at quarterback. Daquan Fields, your tailback. Auden Scott, your fullback. Your receivers, Jordan McClatchy, Jojo Maybon, Amante Quarles, Anton Mathis, and then we'll give you that starting offensive line here as the first handoff. As the ball starts at the 36-yard line for Portage. And Fields is the first ball carrier of the day, and he will get it up to about the 32-yard line, so he'll pick up a 4 on the play.
I mean, that was a good block, kick out by the H-back, almost kind of a wham block, not necessarily, but it's able to kick out that defensive end, help open up a hole right in the B gap to give the running back some room to get a couple yards.
Isaiah Frisbee, Lucas Brantley, Gavin Hernandez, Ryan McClendon, and Christian Partlow, your offensive line. And off to Fields again, trying to turn on the right side, getting a hole, getting a little bit of room, and he's up to just shy of that first down marker. They may mark it ahead. We'll wait to see here on the second down play. It's very close to that first down marker, but it looks like it's going to be third down as they move the ball up to the 26.1 yard line.
I mean, Portage has done a good job of already 2 plays in. They're starting to establish the identity of the run game. Hand it off to your bell cow running back. Let him get those yards.
Fields with the carry up the middle and through, and trying to turn on the left side, and gets tackled across the 20-yard line. So a pickup of that first down. Four Seasons mechanical first down. Big first pickup for the Portage on third down.
You know, that was a good play by both Isaiah Frisbee, the left tackle, and Lucas Brantley, the left guard, actually the sophomore, being able to get to the second level already. And, I mean, again, it opens up that hole and that crease to allow Fields to keep running and get some yards and essentially get the first down and big yards.
It's 3 carries, 13 yards for Fields already on this opening possession. First down and 10 from the 18-yard line. I'm sorry, for the 23-yard line, excuse me. That juts ahead here. Nope, it was the 18. I beg your pardon. I can do math. I teach social studies, by the way. So that was a bigger pickup than I was originally writing down there. As the ball now on the
I would not
14-yard line.
I would not be shocked to see some play action soon. I mean, they're getting about 4 or 5 yards a pop in the run game.
This is a big tackle there on second down. The ball carrier for Portage that time was Simon Marshall on that run.
I mean, that's a big defensive stand from Valpo's defense. Instead of the 4 or 5 yards a pop we've been seeing, you stop them for 1 yard, make it 3rd and 5, so you're playing from behind the chains unless you decide to go it on 4th.
Fedorchak in on that tackle, so this will be 3rd down here. Young stepping up, throwing towards the end zone, floated and couldn't come up with it. And target looked like Jojo Maybon was the intended target, so it'll be 4th down on the miss. So Young's first attempt of the day is incomplete.
I mean, that was a great pass concept. You have the outside receiver. You got one going in on almost post, and then you've got another guy doing a wheel right behind. If it's man coverage, you get the DBs crossed up. I mean, JoJo was wide open in the end zone.
And Lulu, his kick is up and good for the opening points of the game for Portage. And that is going to put Portage up 3-0 here to open up the game here between them and the Valparaiso Vikings. We'll step aside for just a moment. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-8324 to...
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got a Quintel kickoff yet again. This kickoff and all kickoffs are brought to you by Quintel Incorporated. So now Valparaiso will get to start with the football.
Some gutsy decisions from Portage on kicking. I mean, they start out with a pooch kick that ends up being a fumble. This time they squib it, and they almost were able to get back to it again. I mean, first guy missed the ball. Luckily, Valpo had a guy in the back. I believe that might have been Austin McKenzie that ended up getting it, but...
throwing some stuff out there just to try to maybe catch some people off guard a little bit here, as we'll have two wide receivers to the right of the quarterback, one to the left. Kellen Hosick gives it up to Berta, who's going to get tackled behind the sticks. So a loss of 2 on the play, it looks like.
I mean, I always like the trap power game when you're running the ball, but, I mean, good play by the defensive end there for Portage. He was able to realize that guard tackle was pulling. They were able to follow him right to the ball. And, I mean, that's what they ask you to do as a defensive lineman. Instead of getting kicked out on the down block, he was able to, like I said, squeeze with the pull blocker and make a play there.
So Kellen Hosick in at quarterback. Thomas Berta, your running back. Julian Stokes, Austin McKenzie, and Jordan Seigan, your receivers. This time Berta juts ahead. He'll pick up that 2 yards back that he lost. So he's back to the original line of scrimmage, it appears, on second down now.
I mean, it's definitely hard to play behind the chains. And, I mean, again, good job by Valpo's defense recognizing the play. Almost exactly the same play, except for this time they had a tight end kick out instead of a guard or a tackle. And, I mean, again, Portage read them like a book on it. Might see a little bit of arm strength from Kellen here to get that first down.
So Hosick here on third down. It's going to be 3rd and 9 on the play. So he'll step back looking for his receiver. Now he's going to tuck and run. He can run quite a bit, but he's not going to be anywhere close to the first down marker. He's run for about 200 yards this season.
Tackled by number 8, Philip Miller.
I mean,
Philip Miller in on the tackle.
He's definitely got some wheels, and he's got that mobility threat. But, I mean, again, Portage defense, their first drive out there, they read them like a book. It was a bubble screen. They took it away right away, and it made Hosick have to run.
So 5 yards on the scramble, but nothing doing here, and that's a quick out for the Portage Indians. So you talk about 2 wins. You get the ball in the first possession on the opening kickoff, and then you do get points out of it in a 30-yard field goal. And then you stop the Vikings. This one punted away. And we'll see who comes up with this. This one is wild. Picked up. And it was Marshall to take that one. So he's going to be pinned back for not terrible field position to start things up for the Portage Indians.
Looked like a little miscommunication between the 2 guys in the back. I mean, you had one guy trying to get the ball, and just, again, they're in each other's way. Luckily, they had another guy coming back for blocking that was able to pick it up and get maybe a yard or 2 out of it.
So as I mentioned earlier, doing the best I can, trying to keep stats for you here, but you know we'll get through it as the night goes on. 6:39 left to go in the opening quarter. Ball starts on the 29-yard line for Portage, their second possession. Quarterback keeper here. And this is quite a bit of a breakaway here. Young going all the way into the end zone. And just like that, Portage is up big on the touchdown.
I mean, again, it starts all with the offensive line, and you got young Alex, or not Alex Barrett, but you got young Lucas Brantley pulling there, opening up that hole, and I mean, kicking out, and then it's just nothing but green grass in front of him.
So he broke through the line, really being his best friends out there tonight on a Friday night. As we'll see Lulu back out there. Nope, that's, beg your pardon. That is going to be Giangiulio. So he gets the extra point. It is up and it is good. And just like that, you've got a 10-0 ball game here to start things up. 6:27 left to go in the first quarter. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry.
140 now.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Portage for the third time tonight. Already kicking things off on a Quintel kickoff. Another little squib kick, trying to get some work going on their side. Valparaiso trying to turn the corner, though, and trying to change the momentum as the ball carrier gets across midfield. So good starting position for the Valparaiso Vikings, but it comes off a 71-yard run for the quarterback Cody Young, and to get things going for the Portage Indians. We were talking about almost 800 yards throwing, but he does have 72 yards rushing this year, so he matched that total pretty much on one run.
No, I agree, and, great return by Valpa right there. Get it to midfield, try to get some momentum going on this drive.
So they will start right at midfield. Just trying to find something that works out in their favor here. There's the snap. Berta with the run. Berta runs ahead, and he'll get quite a few yards, about 6 yards on the carry there.
Nice little inside run action. I mean, you've got the left guard do almost a skip pull where he just wraps around the center real quick and comes up the A gap, maybe even B gap, and just hits the linebacker right there, meeting them in the hole. I mean, that's a good play call, especially if you get a linebacker blitzing, can help stop them in their tracks.
So Valparaiso looking for their first down of the evening. Would be a Four Seasons Mechanical first down if they do pick this up on 2nd down and 4 here for the Vikes. Berta ahead yet again, and this time he's going to be stopped a yard shy. So a pickup of 3 on the play.
Seems like that kickoff return definitely sparked this Valpo offense a little bit. I mean, those are 2 big runs back-to-back the first time. I think Berta only had 3 yards running. That's essentially.
Yep. So I got him for 4 carries, 10 yards here so far. So 3rd down and 1. So pretty much 3rd down and manageable. We'll give you that Valpo starting line in just a moment. Again, Berta just to the right. The handoff to him. Nope, it's Hosick with the carry, who's going to pick up that first down and get across the 35. So he's going to get that first down and more. That's one of the threats that Valpo offers here with this little RPO-style offense that they have.
Yeah, and I mean, great read option call right there. He saw the defensive end squeeze down, kept the ball himself, was able to loop around and get the first down. And I mean, again, Valpo's driving. They're keeping that momentum going from the kickoff. I mean, they're essentially doing whatever they want on offense at the current moment.
So 9 yards on the run for Hosick. So they'll start from the right hash. Hosick with 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Stepping up, looking to his left. Now he's going to tuck and run to the right side yet again out across the 30, 25, and going towards the 20 before he's taken out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and they're officially going to mark it at the 19-yard line. Great pickup.
I mean, that's the issue you're going to run into playing against a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the ball. I mean, he's got 900-plus yards on the season. But as we said earlier, he's got 200 yards on the season. He is showing his legs so far. I mean, that's also sometimes the problem with bringing 5 on defense. It leaves one gap open, one side open whenever you're throwing the ball.
So Portage calls a timeout. We're going to stick right here. Nope, we're going to stick right here. I got to get some of our reads in. Lengel's Pizza has been a favorite since 1979, serving Northwest Indiana from 3 locations, Highland, Cherryville, and Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Order online at lengelspizza.com. Lengel's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. Love you some Lengel's. We've seen quite a few of those Four Seasons Mechanical first downs. Four Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. So momentum, obviously, right now on the side. You know, it's kind of switching from Portage a little bit. They had their game plan. They were able to get their field goal and then a touchdown, and now Valparaiso kind of threatening here. They can move the ball very well, as you said, with the dual-threat quarterback.
I mean, definitely a different little bit of a quarterback duel. Normally it's through the air. These two quarterbacks are dueling on the ground with their legs at the current moment.
Yeah, I've got 27 yards unofficially for Hosick. 71 as Berta gets the carry here up to the 15-yard line. And officially marked to the 14.
And, you know, some parts of offense is setting up plays for further in the game, and it looks like they had I believe that might have been McKenzie in motion, almost running a zig route in the backfield. I wouldn't be shocked to see him come back to that play, fake it to the running back, and just throw it out to him.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. And off Berta again. Only able to push his way through quite a bit of a pile, but he's going to pick up just 1 yard on the play, so up to the 13-yard line.
And, I mean, so far, if you decide to go for it on 4th down, I mean, you are playing ahead of the chains. You're at 3rd and 4. Get 2-3 yards here. Makes it 4th 2, 4th and 1, and with the rush attack that you've had, I mean, it could be a QB run, a little read option action.
It's been working so far. So 3rd down and 4 here, but so your argument would be that this is kind of Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory here, potentially here on this drive.
Just depends on where they get from here.
Oh, we're going to see a flag on the play. Of all the things we talked about, that wasn't one of them. And it's going to be against Portage, so that's going to help them pick up the 1st down. So the ball will get marked at the 8-yard line.
Looks like we won't get a 4th down play necessarily yet, but I mean, definitely if it's 4th and inches, almost feels better to go for it when you're already down 10-0. You're giving them ball on their side of the territory.
So we are 1st down and goal here. Berta with the carry up across the 10-yard, or up near the 5-yard line, excuse me.
A lot of inside zone and trap and power that Valpo is running right now. Not a lot to the outside of that read option. They had a Hosick run to the outside. And, I mean, again, you've got Portage is almost running a bare front where they've got 5 down they've got 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers coming at all times. Almost might not hurt to hit the outside again a little bit more.
Might throw things off a little bit here. Maybe look to throw and just kind of throw the defense off a little bit. Nope, they hand off to Berta again. Runs up the middle, pushes his way through, and he is into the end zone. 6-yard touchdown run. Thomas Berta, his 9th of the season.
And, I mean, Valpo did exactly what they had done this whole drive. A little bit of read option, a little bit of inside zone. That time, another read option. You can see Hosick look at the defensive end. He sits there, so he can't keep it. Hand it off down the middle. Touchdown.
And that makes it a 10-6 ball game. I believe it is Trevor Fonder out there to kick. And we have a whistle before the kick, and it is not Fonder. It is Drayden Wilcox out to kick. The holder was Troy Danzy. The long snapper will be Sam Thorgren. So we're going to replay this one here.
trying to get a little bit of a head start to potentially block the PAT.
Coach Marshall always throwing me off a little bit. You know, throwing Wilcox and Faunder on the depth charts, and then he switches it up when we get out here. Just keeping me on my toes. Kick is up, and the extra point is good. So it is a 10-7 ball game for the Vikings. Portage still ahead by 3 points. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Quintel kickoff for you here. And back to return for Portage, trying to get a good return here out across the 25 before he's knocked down across the 25-yard line. It was JoJo Maybon with the return, so we will start things up for Portage around the 27-yard line.
I wouldn't hold your breath too soon on the 27. Looks like there's some laundry on the field.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're all right. Yeah, that'll be making the Valpo fans very happy. Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by NECA IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County, the region's most trusted electricians. Well, we saw a 71-yard touchdown run for Cody Young. That was certainly a peak performance for sure, and a peak performer in that particular case. So the ball will start at the 17-yard line instead. Young looking to throw. And just off the hands of the receiver. Intended for Amonte Corliss, who's had 15 catches for 340 yards this year.
I do not hate that call at all. I mean, you definitely catch that Valpo defense off guard. You've been running the ball. Not really a lot of running, or not a lot of passing so far. That was the second time they've thrown the ball, and I mean, worked out for him. Guy was wide open on a streak. Just wasn't able to connect.
So Young has done it with his legs so far in this one, but throwing, he hasn't completed quite yet. He's over 2. But Portage going to come up with something here on second down, 2nd and 10 from that 17-yard line. But I like the call right off the bat. I know you said you're a little bit of a question, but kind of throwing people off right off the bat. There's a handoff here that goes absolutely nowhere.
Didn't think that was going to be a jet sweep there. I mean,
JoJo Maybon.
Looked almost like an empty set to get the quarterback to either throw the ball or a little QB draw. Instead, catch you off guard with a little almost inside zone with the wide receiver. You don't see that very often.
So picks up 3 yards. So that makes it 3rd down and 7. Valparaiso would love a stop right here. The fans here at Valpo kicking things up in the stands. And we'll have a substitution, it looks like, of some kind. The official's still there. And we do have an illegal substitution against the Indians, so this will back things up. That is not the momentum you're looking for, as that'll bring it back just a few yards to the 15.
Definitely hurts with the momentum you had to start off the game. It seems like Valpo has flipped the momentum to their side.
So a 5-yard penalty. So still third down, but now third down and 12. The handoff to the left side, running ahead and not getting enough. That's going to be Williamson Jr.
Williamson Jr. ball carrier for the Indians.
So he gets up to the 21-yard line, so not going to be enough for the first down. So, but 6 yards on the run.
I mean, definitely a good call on the jet sweep, catch the defense on their heels. They're expecting more of a medium to deep pass, and when you do that jet sweep, can open up for a big play. Thankfully, Valpo's defense for them was able to come together.
This is one of the tough things right off the bat. Just trying to keep numbers here for everybody. There's so many different weapons that Portage can use, which makes it hard to defend. Trying to get the return here for the Indians. Julian Stokes, he's done it before. And he gets taken out across the 30. It was against Andrean. He had a big kickoff return, or a big return for a touchdown. That was a game, Chris. Andrean was up 21-0 in the first half, and Julian Stokes, before the halftime, was able to bust out a 90-something-yard return to put Valpo up, and Valpo ends up winning the game 28-21.
I mean, definitely special team touchdowns can definitely create more momentum for your team, especially with the momentum they've already got going. But, I mean, great return, was able to break a couple tackles. I thought he was gone for a second.
So the ball will start at the 31-yard line for the Vikings. Off to the left side, running ahead, and into the end zone. Kellen Hosick. Just like that, the good return sparks a good run for the quarterback. His third run for a touchdown of the season.
I mean, great play call again. You're sticking to the read option, defensive end crash, and there is nothing but green grass. Just had to outrun and outbeat the two safeties. They were trying to get an angle on him, and he did a great job of just being able to outrun them.
Extra point pending. And it is up, and it is good. Wilcox in for the extra point, so that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Vikings on top. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers Sport.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got a quarterback running fest going on here. We got 2.7 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And already 24 points have been scored between both teams. A little bit of a slugfest.
Definitely has a chance to be a high-scoring shootout, but in a non-traditional manner of just running the ball. Both teams
running by the quarterbacks too.
Almost like the old days of the flex bone and wing tee offenses.
Ooh, the wing tee, and that one going to be taken right at the goal line. JoJo Maybon with the return. There is a flag on the play, and Maybon is tackled at the 35-yard line, but that will end the first quarter. We will wait to see what the flag looks like.
He was brought down by number 38, Cameron Smith, for the Vikings.
As the officials still communicating here, and then we will have the end of the first quarter. We may go right into this thing and go right into the second quarter.
Another really good return by one of the teams.
One untimed down, so there was holding against Portage. So
they're going to have one untimed down from
same
side.
Everyone was running to the left side, and then I was like, wait, I think we're still going to do a play here off to our right. But everyone was running to the left.
Would be a great way to catch the defense off guard.
Simon says. So this will be an untimed down. We'll see what Portage can draw up here. I'm not sure if there's you may be able to speak to this. Is there a untimed down section of your playbook to try to maybe get a touchdown or something?
In all honesty, if you're going into halftime, maybe. But I mean, right here, you're just running things like normal.
So first down, 1st and 10, and we're starting from the 18-yard line. And out across the 30. And that will wrap it up for the first quarter officially. So we will step aside. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
So we welcome you back. Start of the second quarter here at Valparaiso High School. Young completes his first pass of the day to Mathis, and now we're going to come back just to the right of the field again, but we're starting on the left side of the field. Head back in the same direction we just started from. First down and 10 from the 34 here after that first down.
Fields the ball carrier for the Indians.
So Fields the ball carrier, and he will pick up, what'd you call that, 2?
I would say 2, maybe 3. Looks like they're going to give him 3 on it. I mean, again, good play call. It looks like Portage has come out into a heavy set. So, I mean, you've got almost 7 offensive linemen blocking for you. A little bit of a different set than they ran in the first half. They usually had at least 2 to 3, or usually had 3 wide receivers out.
We've got 25 yards on the ground today for Fields so far. This time a handoff to Williamson Jr., who juts ahead out across midfield. He's still going up to the 45 before he's taken out of bounds. Nice run for Williamson Jr.
I mean, definitely a great outside run, and great job by Williamson Jr. I mean, just making sure to cut back and read his blocks. Saw the open lane and almost felt like he was about to take it to the house, but got slowed down, and Valpo had a good angle on him, so they were going to get the stop. But definitely a good way to continue that momentum of that untimed down play. I mean, you had a nice little, I think we agreed on about 18-yard gain.
Yeah. Nice run here again. Off to the right side, across the 30. Fields the ball carrier yet again on the first down run. Up to the 26.
Fields did a good job of breaking that first arm tackle, and I mean, he just kept his legs turning and was able to get more yards out of it. Ended up taking 3 guys, and it almost seems like the story of the night is Fields has taken about 3 to 4 guys to bring him down at times. It's not just one guy tackling him, but also it's credit to Valpo's defense. You're getting everyone to follow the ball carrier, getting multiple hats on the ball at the same time.
It'll be second down and 2. Looks to throw to the left side and trying to make the catch. Do they rule it complete? Looks like they do out across the 20. Young's pass is complete to, looks Mathis again. That's another 4 seasons mechanical first down. Sorry, Chris.
Oh, no, you're fine. And, I mean, Mathis looks like he's going to be the primary target for him on this drive. And, I mean, good job by Young throwing with anticipation. He got the ball out before Mathis was even looking for the ball, able to give his wide receiver a chance there.
Let's pick up of 9 on the play. You'll have 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, who's in motion here. It's Maybon with it. Trying to run ahead out across the 15 before he's tackled down by a plethora of Vikings.
And again, they stick to that jet sweep. You know, they've got a lot of playmakers, and they're able to get them into space. And looks like with their jet sweep, they like to almost cut it in a little bit earlier than normal. I mean, if the lane's there, take it.
So Maybon picks up 3 more. Brody Wheeler was in there on the tackle for the Vikings. So 2nd down and 7 for the Indians. So certainly making a threat here inside the red zone. Maybon in motion again. Keep for Young. A keep off to the right side before he's tackled up at the 5-yard line.
Cody Young on the quarterback.
And then Brendan Gagan in there on the tackle. 61 tackles on the season coming into today.
Yeah, I mean, great job by Brendan Gagan for being able to get that angle and get him down. But, I mean, again, you look at the Portage offense. They've been setting up plays within plays. They've been running a little jet sweep that's almost an inside zone. This time they fake it to the sweep, and they're able to get the quarterback on the edge.
Yeah, it's been a lot of movement on that right side for the, open for the quarterback to be able to run. I'm guessing that's really hard to see right off the bat when you're the defensive side of things. Because you're looking one way, and then all of a sudden everything's going the other way, and we're going to have, I believe, a delay of game penalty against Portage. Oh, I'm sorry, timeout. So Portage will call their second timeout, second of the half. How does that, as a defense, how quickly can you recover on a play like that?
I mean, it's definitely hard because they're not really doing a read option, so you're not reading the defensive end. Defensive end isn't choosing, hey, I'm reading the running back or reading the quarterback. So what makes it challenging is now your linebackers have to have eyes and be paying attention to where the ball carrier is. So, I mean, it makes your linebackers make play, and that's where Brendan Gagan was able to make a good play. I mean, he's lined up at the linebacker. He noticed the quarterback keep it, was able to start on his angle right away in order to get the stop.
Connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game, it's the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections. Hose Connections, they are proven under pressure. Doom, 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 doom. Make sure you visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors. You can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U. Valpo in that Ennigenberg Top 10, that Home Improvement Top 10 at number 6. Speaking of the 6, that's where we're kicking things off from here, and we'll have another whistle as another man in motion. That time it was Corliss. And we'll have a false start against the offense. So that'll knock it back to the 11-yard line.
Definitely going to hurt a little bit. I mean, it's going to push you to the 11. Looks like maybe the 11 and a half. I mean, anytime you're first and goal and now it's on the 11 and a half, that's a huge difference between being first and goal on the 6. I mean, first and goal on the 6, you could probably get 2-3 run plays and potentially decide to go for it on 4th.
So, again, first and goal here now from the 11-yard line. This time, different man in motion here, out for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. That time it was Fields to lose the yard.
Seems like Portage went away from that almost heavy set they were running where they had a stacked side of the offensive line. I mean, they're back to a normal offensive line, and the first play out of it's a loss. I would almost be willing to say just keep that heavy front going. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's what if they haven't figured out how to stop it yet. And maybe just, one of those situations, maybe they're expecting it, so maybe they could stop it. So just trying to throw something a little bit different here. As Young will have 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his near side here. And it's a run off to the right side and into the end zone for Williamson.
Touchdown, Portage. Williamson Jr.
And, the one unspoken thing about that play with what Young did good there is he acted like he kept the ball and was able to go up the middle. It pulled the linebacker's eyes off the ball long enough to let the receiver get to the edge and be able to make a play for the touchdown.
So a 12-yard run for Williamson there. Just padded the stats a little bit, that penalty, or that loss from Fields. So instead of an 11-yard touchdown run, you get 12. Extra point is up and good.
The DAT is good.
As Giangiulio is good for the extra point. So that makes it a 14-7 ball game. We've got a barn burner here in the first half. 7:42 left to go. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
We are back here. 7:42 left to go in the opening half, and don't look now, but we've got a scoring fest going on here at Valparaiso. 17-14 your score. Portage on top. That opening field goal kind of looms large here in this one. And we'll have another Quintel kickoff. And kind of another short kick here, far side of the field. Picking this one up out across the 40, so we'll have good field position right around the 45-yard line. It was for Valpo. That was Ben Fedorchak in on the return.
I mean, again, good job by Valpo recognizing that Portage has done a couple little dink and dunk kicks, just quick squib, quick pooches. Oh.
I made a joke not that long ago, Chris, that we were, I forget which stadium I was at, but one of these places, I was like, it's 2024. We can't wire these places up with some, mics on the referee. And then all of a sudden, every week that I've called a game since then, everybody's had, communication from the field. I'm like, all right, people are listening.
It's definitely interesting to have the ref being able to communicate over the speakers. I mean, it definitely makes it easier for some of the fans, too.
So ball starting on the 34-yard line here on their own 34. Give on the left side to Berto. Gets to about the 39-yard line, so pick up a 5 on the play.
I mean, that's definitely one way to attack a 5 front. You do almost an inside zone split. You have the tight end, essentially not really a pull block, but more of a kick-out block on the backside to prevent that 5th guy from coming and getting the running back early. And, I mean, it's able to open up some yards as long as the strong side of the line keeps going.
So from 39, Berta gets it again, runs ahead, and he's going to go break free. He's got one man to beat, one guy catching him, and he gets tackled inside the 5. Coming in there on the tackle. Looked like Walter Maton on that one, who came from the backfield out of nowhere to get the tackle. Looked like that was going to be a breakaway touchdown for Berta.
Valpo definitely made a statement there. They ran the same exact play twice in a row, seeing if, the first time they were able to get some good yards. Second time, I mean, huge yardage from it.
So down to the 3-yard line. And into the end zone again is Berta.
Again, they ran the same play, I'm pretty sure, 3 times. And, I mean, it was the inside A-gap was wide open all 3 times for Berta, and he's able to capitalize on that with the touchdown at the end of this drive already.
It was 61 yards on the run for Berta. and then gets the 3 yards into the end zone. Wilcox on to kick the extra point. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good for the extra point. So we are just exchanging blows left and right here at Valparaiso. 21-17 your score, 6:48 to go in the first half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack & Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strack & Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strackandvantil.com.
The Quintel kickoff coming your way here at Valparaiso as a slugfest has broken out on the football field. And this Quintel kickoff, brought to you by Quintel Incorporated. Back to return. Time is JoJo Maybon yet again, who gets stopped out across the 25-yard line.
Almost feels like JoJo's going to break one off eventually. I mean, I feel like every time he gets the ball in his hands on these kickoffs, he is full steam ahead reading the blocks, and he's just one guy away from breaking it. But, I mean, we were just talking about it at halftime, too, with it being a barn burner. I mean, we might get 600 yards on the ground tonight at this point.
You were saying off the air. Well, you've hit running clocks the last 2 weeks, you said, so I don't think we're going to get that here in this particular moment. I don't think we're getting that. Unless something drastically changes in this game. So from the 27-yard line, Portage takes over. Give us to Fields, who gets stopped immediately. And that'll be a gain of 1 on the play.
Looked like Portage went back to that heavy set where they've instead of it's not really a heavy set. It's more of they've got 2 tight ends, but one of the tight ends is actually an offensive lineman. So, I mean, that adds a little bit more of an element of running the ball to the right side there where they've got him lined up. Curious to see how they keep doing this.
One receiver to the left, one to the right. Young looking to his left. Passes to complete at the 30-yard line to his receiver. And that was JoJo Maybon.
I mean, definitely just a quick little quick curl route. Again, throwing with anticipation is the name of the game tonight. And, I mean, Young is doing a good job of doing that and making it 3rd and 5 compared to 3rd and long.
Third down coming up here for the Vikings. Portage needing something big here on their play. And that is going to be nothing doing there for Williamson. As he's going to gain maybe 1 yard. So 4th down coming up.
Great job by the Valpo defense recognizing that jet sweep right away. I mean, they were not fooled for a second by the fact that the quarterback was trying to run up the middle. Great play by them by bringing that receiver down and not falling for the almost quarterback run fake in the sit.
Number 14, Austin McKenzie, and number 1, Julian Stokes.
So Julian Stokes, Austin McKenzie back to return. And it is Young on to punt for the Indians. So his punt is up, and they're going to say, take that one away. That's picked up by Julian Stokes there at across the 20, around the 25-yard line. So interesting play. It's getting scary out there for Vikings on special teams, it feels like.
They're definitely, I mean, special teams is the name of the game for Portage tonight, and something I like that they're doing on the punt. they're putting one of their best athletes out there, JoJo Mavon, in motion right before they punt the ball, and they're getting him at full speed, able to run down the field compared to, running from a cold start.
We have some awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. So ball starts on the 27-yard line. We'll have the Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game to award. The Crowd Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the gridiron. Also got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then we do have a whistle before the snap here. We're having a discussion. And then we've got the Priority and Home Play of the Game, brought to you by the Region Sports Network. For piping hot pizza delivered right to your door, call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's is located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Give them a call at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery, it's Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith, the best on Broad. Speaking of piping hot, this game was piping hot until something has stalled the officials here. So we're getting to lukewarm territory at this point, Chris. We'll still take it. I'll still eat it.
Sometimes cold pizza's good in the morning, too.
I love it. There used to be a TV show way back in the day. So here's the fun thing. I'm not sure what just happened here. If only we can wire up these officials to let us know what's going on. Hosick gives to Berta, who fumbles it and falls right back on it. And it doesn't appear there's going to be a loss on the play, so Berta safe there on the loss. So it'll be second down coming up here for the Vikings.
Valpo definitely likes to have that little it's an H-back, not really a tight end. They're more classified as an H-back when you've got him in the backfield like that. They like having him kick out the defensive end because, again, you've got a bare front on the Portage side. So sometimes you've got to find an extra guy to block a guy.
3 red receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Berta runs up the middle.
Thomas Berta, the ball carrier for the Vikings.
So Berta gets it to the 30-yard line, so picks up 3.
Normally I would say look out for a play action, but I almost am tempted to say watch out for a quarterback run at this point of the game tonight. Quarterbacks have been running it good, and they've been doing a lot of read option, a lot of quarterback draw stuff.
Well, I've got 58 yards unofficially for Hosick in this one. He came in at 200 yards rushing on 45 rushes. He's rushed 4 times today. Feels like way more. And we'll have more whistles. And we have a timeout taken by the Vikings. This time we will step aside. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
Check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays for this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. We've had quite a few of those electrifying plays. I'm sure you'll see on that highlight reel already here in the first half. Don't forget, we're going to have the Hose Connections halftime report for you. 3:13 left to go in this first half. It is 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings in their own territory. Stokes in motion. Hosick stepping back, looking to throw up the middle. And pass is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Stokes on that play, so good play option there, but couldn't come down with it.
A little bit of a dangerous throw, too, thrown into triple coverage right behind the receiver. Lucky it didn't get picked off, and that would have been huge momentum for Portage, but still big momentum as well, getting 3 and out, getting the ball right back potentially in plus territory.
Now, I may have just forgotten to write something down here, but I have that as the first throw attempt of the day for Hosick. Does that sound right to you? I feel like there's probably been one more that I maybe just didn't write down, but
I think you might be right.
That would be a first. Wilcox kicks this one away. Back to return, and now across midfield, breaking away on the sideline there. That time for Portage, it was Walter Maybon the third.
Again, good return. You put your team in plus territory, help make the field shorter. That is the name of the game. Shorter field helps you win the games. And, I mean, Portage has done a good job about it. I think on both or two of their 3 punt returns, they've been able to end up in plus territory both times.
Still looking for more of those Four Seasons Mechanical first downs. Brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. We'll see if Portage can jump to the lead here with 3:08 left to go in the third quarter. And Young in at the quarterback position. He will hand off. It's Williamson Jr. who gets tackled out across the 40-yard line. Brody Wheeler out there again in on the tackle.
A little bit of a weak side, outside zone. You've got a stack line on the left side, essentially making the defense try to line up on that side and making less guys go towards your running back.
Oh, and we do have a holding call. I never saw the laundry.
I didn't see the laundry either, but that's huge. I mean, it makes a 6-yard run turn into essentially no play.
So they won't go. Will they go from the original line of scrimmage, or will they go from where that play ended?
It looks like they actually went from the mark of the foul, so it must have been holding downfield.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe a lineman on a linebacker trying to prevent him from getting an angle.
So that's going to pin it back to the 46-yard line. And we'll have another whistle here. And it looks like timeout taken by the Vikings. So at this point, calling timeouts, it feels like it's going to just kind of throw the momentum off a little bit. You're down to 2:43 left to go in this opening half. Again, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game is the Host Connections halftime report, presented by Host Connections, who are proven under pressure. So does this throw off momentum or any kind of strategy by calling a timeout here?
I don't necessarily think it kills momentum. If anything, I mean, again, Portage didn't have a huge positive play that they were calling a timeout right after to regroup your defense. You're still the first play of the drive, essentially. Even though they've already ran one, that holding call brought them back to make it, first and 15 compared to second and 4 as we were talking about. And with 2:43 left, I don't hate the timeout. Some clock management's going into here because, again, Portage is going to get the ball back in the second half.
Right, to start the second half, yeah, absolutely. During that Host Connections halftime report, we'll bring you some Streck and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates from around Northwest Indiana. You've seen Wheeler the last couple of weeks. They're up 28-0 in the second over Whiting. Wheeler just kind of dominating through everybody and draining up over Hanover Central, in the second, 3-0. Young looking to throw off to the left. Pass is incomplete. Looked like Maybon was the intended target over there, so incomplete. So it'll be second down and 14.
Good play call by Portage. You get your mobile quarterback that's already broken off a big run and almost a bootleg, so he can take off and run if he wants to. But he saw his guy there and tried to make a play on the pass instead. Again, he threw it where his guy could only get it, so you can't complain about the throw by any means. But the only thing that's bad is that now you stop the clock. You're giving Valpo time to get the ball back and try to score before you get the ball to start the second half.
And those little unintended consequences that happen as a result of a play like that. So it'll be second down. Young looking to throw again. This time out to the right. He's got a man open, and he's going to overthrow his intended target. That time it was Corliss.
Nice little pump fake by Young there. Corliss was wide open down the sideline, and, he would have been making reservations for 6 at the end of that play, but just unfortunately, throw was overthrown, and sometimes they say overthrow is not bad, but something that's underrated tonight, too, are these fans. I mean, I can feel the vibrations in the booth. They're getting loud and rowdy out there cheering on their Valpo Vikings.
Every hostess or former hostess that was listening there, the flashbacks, tables for 6. Young looking ahead, up the middle again, and incomplete again.
Just overthrown by a hair. I mean, he's right there. If he's able to complete that pass, I mean, again, may not be a touchdown, but you're at least getting a first down and getting a chance to score. But now you give Valpo the ball back with 2:32 at those 3 incompletions back to back to back.
Now, theoretically here, you have a chance to pin him back deep, so that's one of the nice things about if you were looking for a positive. But obviously, crazy things can happen in a game. We've already seen that in this one here tonight. So back to kick is Young. And to take that one, Julian Stokes, who gets taken out at the 15-yard line. That'll be a return of about 4.
I mean, that's smart. As I talked about earlier, they've got a man in motion every time before they punt the ball. It enables, and I think it was JoJo Mabon again, but it enables him to be right where the receiver is catching the ball at the end of that. And, I mean, it makes the return man have to make one man miss immediately or call a fair catch right away. So it makes kind of a split-second decision for the returner.
So starting at the 15-yard line for the Vikings, but have a chance to really kind of milk this clock if they want to. The give is to Berta on the left side, who's got room to run. Berta cutting through, getting past the defenders, out across midfield. Big run for Thomas Berta yet again.
I mean, again, a nice little inside zone play. Berta's able to get through that A-gap and get a huge gain out of it.
And Berta is down and slow to get up on that play. The ball is marked on the 48-yard line. Lowell is up 23-0 on the Mustangs in the first half still. Striker Van Til Hometown Scoreboard update. We'll give you more of those as time goes on. We're going to step aside for just a moment, though. Let Thomas Berta get the win back in him, and we'll be back in just a moment. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
The great Clint Klaus giving us the perfect timing here. Another run play. This time for the running back, Gage Finley, on the run. And he will bring it up to the 46, so a pickup of 2. Simon Marshall in on the tackle for Portage.
I mean, again, good run by Gage Finley. He's able to read his blocks well from this offensive line. Very experienced offensive line. As I look down, I mean, bunch of seniors, one junior on the offensive line, so you've got a lot of, chemistry as well as just experience along this offensive line that's helped this run game tonight.
Clock continues to wind down. Thomas Berta did get up under his own power and walked off the field. Little ginger on the walk, though, but seemed to be doing okay. Pass complete out to Julian Stokes out across the 40-yard line. That will be just shy of the first down marker. So up to the 39-yard line. They have to get to the 38.
Credit the tackle to number 5, McClatchy.
So they're up to the 39. And trying to pick up that first down. And Hosick keeps for the first down up to the 37. That gives him 60 yards rushing on the day, by the way.
A little bit of a hurry-up action from the offense. Definitely a good call by Valpo to spike the ball, stop the clock. You got 51 seconds left in this half. I mean, it's a good call because, honestly, if you're Valpo, you're looking to score since, as we've mentioned, I'm sure, several times now, Portage is going to get the ball back to start the second half. So, I mean, definitely a score here, even if it's 3, can help carry momentum into halftime.
Again, Finley in the backfield. The receivers are pretty bunched up here just to the right of Hosick. He's looking to his right, throws ahead. He's got Austin McKenzie wide open, who's going to run out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
And, you know, that's the fun thing about putting Austin McKenzie in the slot. Like we mentioned in the pregame show, he's a fast little receiver. Put him in the slot. You almost got a mismatch with him. Even if the linebackers are taller, they're not going to be able to keep up with him speed-wise. I mean, hats off to Hosick as well. He is standing in the pocket with the defense bearing down on him almost every play.
The Four Seasons mechanical first down, and we'll have a flag on the play. Offsides, it looks like, on the defense. That was an 18-yard completion to Stokes, by the way. So a 5-yard penalty, going to move him up to the 14-yard line. Stokes coming into this, 20 catches for 304 yards on the season. So that'll put him into 320 territory. Yeah, Finley just to the left of Hosick here. Hosick with time, runs out to his right. He's going to try to stay in bounds. He gets taken down. They're going to stop the clock at the 10-yard line, it looks like. So that'll be enough for another first down, I believe. They have not signaled first down yet, but there is a flag on the play.
Definitely anytime you see a flag in the backfield, you almost assume it's
going to be holding. Sorry, Chris, didn't mean to step on your toes there.
No, you're good. You're good. But definitely a big holding call. I mean, it turns a almost first down play. Might have been a first down play to, again, now you're looking at 1st and 15.
So now you're at the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 here. Hosick looking to throw. Moving to his right, throws ahead, pass is complete.
Hosick's pass is complete.
That is going to be James Parisi on the catch.
Nice little throw on the run right there. And, I mean, again, Hosick has that threat to take off and run, so you've got to respect it.
So Parisi with the catch. The catch was made, let's see, they mark it at the 13-yard line, so that's 11 yards.
Nice little running catch, and I mean, definitely, you know, huge timeout here. You've got 26 and a half seconds left, and I believe it's their last timeout.
28.1 seconds.
Very specific time of 28.1 to be put back on from 26.5.
Every second counts. Every second counts in this game.
You know, I've done, working in a middle school, I've done the clock for middle school. I can only imagine for the timekeeper over here who's just to our left. Whenever an official has the microphone and he says, timekeeper, please, your heart instantly, I'm sure, goes into your stomach when you just hear the official say timekeeper. You're like, wait, what did I do? Oh, and okay, so the time telling us here that they never add time. They never add time, but when the official tells you, yeah, you have to, you don't really get much of a choice on that one. I've done that clock. It's a little intimidating. Of course, when you work middle school games, the officials tell you to take time off, not add time. Especially when you work with the great Jay Simmons. Yeah, just keep it running. Keep it running. All right, so second down coming up here. 2nd down and 4. Which they added about 2 seconds on. Finley just to the left of Hosick here is looking to throw. Stepping up in the pocket. Looking to throw. Has time. Throws it incomplete.
Hosick's pass falls incomplete.
It's not an offensive formation you see often where you've got the 3 receivers almost lined up in a triangle on the left. What it enables is almost a pick play for a receiver to open them up. But, I mean, Hosick not able to get the time to throw it with 5-6 guys bearing down on him every time.
So 3rd down coming here. Hosick again stepping up with time to throw. Pass is caught in the end zone. Parisi again And now he gets the touchdown to go with it.
Great play by Hosick. I mean, there's a late blitz coming, and I mean, he eyed him down the whole time. But then you got a wide open receiver in the end zone. So great throw by him and great anticipation for that hit coming at him.
The touchdown to Parisi. The extra point is up, and it is good. So Valpo is able to get back in the scoring column at 28-17 with 18.2 to go in the first half. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Clint Klaus letting us know we're back, and I mean, he is like the master of timing right here. Gets those commercials down perfect. Kick is away, a little bit of a squib kick, and this will start the clock. Trying to pick this one up is Maybon, who's trying to get out to the right side, but he's going to get tackled by a plethora of Vikings. One of the first ones in there. Let's see, waiting to see that number. That looked like Brody Wheeler again in on that tackle. So 11.1 left here in the opening half. Portage with a last-ditch effort to try to get something going, but may just settle for, because they know they get, as we mentioned a number of times, they will get the ball to start the second half. So they may just run it just to kind of run out the clock.
I could see them just kneeing it down, too, instead of running it. Don't want to risk a fumble, don't want to risk an interception, but
I want chaos. Let's bring chaos. Give to Corliss on the far side, and Corliss will be tackled out across the 30-yard line. So 2.7 left to go in the half on that one.
I feel like there's already been chaos with two big quarterback runs of 71 and 31 yards. I mean, I'm always good with a little bit of extra chaos in some high school football.
I embrace the chaos. So Corliss, oh, they are going to run the time down. That'll be the half there. So Corliss had picked up 12 yards on that run. So we will step aside. We'll come back with the Host Connections halftime report on the other side of this break. You are watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Or four, that works.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
We have chosen Caden Crowley.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. This is the Hose Connections Halftime Report. Brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Dun, 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 dun. Although I'm going to let the band take the music for us here as we're competing with them. The Valparaiso Marching Band doing a great job as always. We just had a nice competition for a young man to win a $100 gift card and was able to win that, so congratulations to him. It's kind of felt like the Dr. Pepper Challenge when, you know, like college games where you got to win the scholarships and stuff like that. I never had those opportunities. I would have torn my arm just trying to make that kind of throw. What about you, Chris?
Man, I could not imagine trying to make that throw at this point. Maybe in college, maybe. But even, I don't know, after that last shoulder injury in college, man,
we are not young men anymore.
Be feeling it for the next week.
It is a 28-17 ball game. Valparaiso up on top of the Portage Indians. It's really been a back and forth game between these two DAC schools, and we thought it was going to be, you know, a complete slugfest here, and it's kind of turning into that 28-17. Again, the score, and really it's been done by a bunch of different ways. I'm going to have you go through the scores here real quick, and I'm happy to help you out with anything you need in terms of names and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, as far as to start out the game, I mean, as we saw, you know, Valpo fumbled that kickoff. Portage jumped on it right away, took advantage of it, got 3 points to start out. Got a nice little 3-and-out, held Valpo to nothing. Then, opening play of the second drive for Portage, you have a quarterback scramble by Cody Young for 71 yards. Straight to the house. Valpo answers back finally with a run by Thomas Berta. Just a little short 5-yard run. Then, Valpo's quarterback decided to join the party of running in touchdowns. Got a nice little 31-yard touchdown run from Hozak. Then start the second quarter, you got Portage with 7:52 left. Again, 12-yard touchdown run. I believe that one was by number 3. That was, give me 1 second.
It's for Valpo, you said?
For Portage.
For Portage, yep, Williamson Jr.
Yeah, Williamson Jr., nice little 12-yard run after starting out at first and goal at the 6, and that false start was a huge penalty, but Portage able to capitalize on it. Then you also got a nice little Valpo touchdown again, 3-yard run by Thomas Berta again. But, I mean, again, a run before that touchdown is my early favorite for play of the game. I mean, that was huge, 65-yard run. And, I mean, it was a huge run to set up that touchdown. And then, again, you got Valpo, less than 20 seconds left. Touchdown pass connection from Hozak to Parsi to end the half. So, I mean, you got 14 points in both quarters for Valpo, 10 and 7 for Portage. Heading out to a 28-17 game right now.
It's been impressive so far. It's been a lot of fun to be able to watch this one. Just when you think you kind of maybe got football figured out, they throw something else out you. And when you talk about, you got two of the premier coaches in this one. Roy Richards, obviously, with the history and the pedigree that he has. Coach Marshall with the pedigree he has as well, helping win a state championship just a few years ago with his Valparaiso program. And, he said he did it for they did it for the North, and that's what the North wants to do yet again here this year. And there's opportunities, and, tonight I think this is a good game for Valparaiso to kind of get back on that schneid a little bit. They had taken some rough losses, and you had Portage that got back in the win column last week. They're looking to continue on with that success, and they were thinking, okay, we got a Valpo team that is kind of reeling a little bit. This might be an opportunity for us to make some damage here in the DAC. Really excited about what these two schools have brought here so far tonight.
No, I agree. And, Valpo, their 3 losses, I mean, if you look at them, first loss is to Penn, who's usually a competitor for state every year in Indiana. Crown Point, who I know everyone's tired of hearing them, but it almost feels like the consensus number 1 team in the state at this point. Yeah, they haven't had a lot of close games, and I mean, again, Crown Point's a tough battle. Maryville's another tough battle. So really, if you look at Valpo's 3 losses, I mean, it's not losses to bad teams by any means or a trap game. They're good teams that they're losing to that helps them prepare for a deep postseason run. And I think this game right here, I mean, you open up with adversity. You fumble the opening kickoff. You could have just shut down right there, let all the momentum go to Portage, and Portage could have ran away with this game really fast. But Valpo did a good job of coming back, beating that adversity, and now they lead by at least a score.
And that's really been the MO for this team all year. I mean, you were down 21-0 against Andrean, and then you come back and win 28-21. They play Michigan City. It was a very tight ball game, but they win it late in that one. And their defense steps up and gets some takeovers late in that game to help them secure that win. You were losing towards the end of the game against Chesterton. You go to overtime. Chesterton scores. You come back, you get the touchdown, you're down by 1. You go for the 2 points to win it, and you get it on the Phillies special. It was quite impressive to see that win. So they're, just constantly coming back and fighting that adversity. And the other Crown Point game is a tough one to lose. Obviously, it's one of the best teams, certainly the best team in the area, and the state is, open for discussion. Maryville, again, a really good team in Class 5A. So, yeah, a lot of really good schools to lose to, but at the same time, you're fighting through those things. And, we talk about this football season, 9 weeks of a regular season. First 3 weeks, you're kind of feeling out your team a little bit, right? You're kind of seeing what works, what's not working. Middle of the tier, you're just trying to keep healthy and then use those things that you know that you can do and put them into place. And then the last 3 weeks are momentum builders, right, to get you towards the postseason.
No, I agree 100%. What's really helped out the Valparaiso offense this year, again, I briefly mentioned it earlier, you got 4 seniors on that starting 5 offensive line. I mean, that's huge. Even if they've only played 1 year of varsity, or it's 2, 3, or this is their first year as an offensive lineman, I mean, you build that connection, that chemistry, with them, 4 of them being seniors. Even if one of them started for the first time this year, they have still built that chemistry as a backup with the current starters. I'm sure they got some playing time last year. But also for Portage, you talk about momentum games and, games to go to the postseason. For Portage, it's getting that young offensive line experience against that tougher competition. I mean, this is a good game where you are getting that young offensive line accumulated to, hey, we're going to have to play some teams that are 4-year starters on the defensive line. How are you going to answer that?
Couldn't agree more, absolutely. Some numbers to run through just real quick for Valparaiso. Berta on the ground has 2 touchdowns, 133 yards unofficially by my count. I had to take my shoes off to make sure I got all those numbers correct. And then Hosick has run for 5 times for 60 yards, again, unofficial. Stokes has a catch for 11 yards. We've got McKenzie for a catch for 18 yards. If you were looking at the passing game, that's a guy that you're going to look at for trying to, build some momentum again. But it's number 23, James Parisi, that has 2 catches for 24 yards and a single touchdown. And then Hosick, 4 of 6 from passing game. Again, all marks unofficial, 53 yards as well. For the Portage Indians, we talk about that offensive line. Yeah, it's a young line, but they have to go up against, 4-year starters. But at the same time, on the defensive line, as you were saying, but for Portage, yeah, it's a young team, but this is only going to help them for, if you're looking towards the future a little bit, it's not a rebuild, it's a, retooling, I guess, in a way. But when you have those younger players, as you were mentioning, younger players helps you out. This is going to be a formidable team next year with all this experience they're getting this year to take them as seniors next year.
100%. And, I mean, the more experience you get as a young guy, the better you're going to get throughout your career. And, especially helpful thing is neither team really on the offense or defensive line is having, an Ironman athlete playing both ways of the ball. So, your young guy, you're able to let him get a breather, sit down and say, hey, what are you seeing out there? What do I need to do? And something I noticed, too, is especially for Lucas Brentley tonight, there's a couple of times the left tackle, Isaiah Frisbee, is out there communicating to him, hey, we're going to do either a duo block, we're going to go to the linebacker, kind of like pointing out what their blocking scheme is. And that's a great way to get a young guy accumulated to the game and catch him up to speed and be able to help with the postseason run. And like you said, you don't always want to say, it's not really a rebuilding year this year. It's more of a retooling. But, and again, I'm sure the Portage faithful don't want to look at next year. But next year, I mean, you've got a dangerous team with returning a lot of your offensive starters.
And when you have one of the premier coaches, again, we talked about the pedigree of Coach Richards, and first year of a program, historically, a lot of times your coach going to have a little bit of a rough time getting adjusted to things, and then before you know it, season 2, things start to turn around a little bit, and then season 3, when it becomes kind of your program, it's your footprint on this, or your fingerprint on this, and that's kind of where this is looking right now for the Portage Indians. Again, you are watching the Hose Connection halftime report on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. That's the Hose Connections. They are on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. That's Hose Connections. They are proven under pressure. Some numbers for you. Fields on the ground today. 8 runs for 33 yards, and a plethora of other guys. You got Marshall for 1. Mabon has run twice for 6 yards. Williamson has been on the ground for 3 times for 19 yards, but he does have that 1 touchdown run of 12 yards. Corliss is on there for a run of 12 yards, and then Young has run for a couple of times, but that couple of times were big ones. That first one was a 71-yard touchdown run, and then he ran for 8 right after that, so he's at 79 yards rushing. The passing numbers for Young not as pretty. 3 of 8 for 27 yards, but I think he'll take what he's got so far, especially with the run game right now.
No, and I agree. And the more the run game gets developed, the more that passing attack is going to open. And we've witnessed it. He is a hair away from a big play touchdown off a pass. I mean, he is a fingertip, a hair away from just he's got to get locked in with these receivers. And again, he's a young guy. He's a junior. I mean, he is definitely still playing really good for a junior. And again, just let the game come to you. Let that run attack set up those big plays for you. Make your life a lot easier as a quarterback.
It's been really entertaining to watch. Again, Portage will get the ball to start the second half here. And I'm going to go through the starting lineups again. I didn't get to get the defenses in. Let's start with the Portage Indians offense, since they'll be out there. Cody Young, the quarterback. Taquan Fields, your tailback. Auden Scott, your fullback. Your receivers, number 5, Jordan McClatchy. And then you got number 0, JoJo Mabon, along with number 4, Amante Corliss. And then number 1, Anton Mathis. The 5 best friends of Cody Young today, the offensive line, as you mentioned, Isaiah Frisbee, Lucas Brantley, Gavin Hernandez, and then Ryan McClendon, and then Christian Partlow. Again, 4 of those members of that offensive line are all juniors. Hernandez is a senior. For Valparaiso defense, up at the line, you've got Cameron Walden, Omar Delgado, Cameron Asbell, Lucas Peterson, who we've seen on a few tackles already tonight. Brody Wheeler, we've called his name, along with Brendan Gagan in the linebacker core. Adam Say, along with Ben Fedorchak. And then you've got Tice Morris, Jacob Moore, and Tyrese Morris in the secondary. That Viking offensive line, or offense, is Kellen Hosick at quarterback, Thomas Berta the running back. It will be interesting to see if Berta does come back out and see what that, if we kind of went off with a little slow, gingerly walk, so there was a potential injury, but we'll see what that looks like when we get back out there on their side of the offense. And then you've got Julian Stokes, Austin McKenzie, Jordan Seigan, and Charles Kopp for your receiving core. The offensive line, Caleb Sharp, Alex Burkett, DeAndre Price, Caden Reeder, and Peyton Barrera. Those are the 5 best friends of Hosick tonight. And then defensively for the Portage Indians on the line, you've got Everett McClelland, Joseph Raines, TJ Ramsey, Daniel Warmick. At the linebacker position, you've got Phil Miller, Jejur Pleasant, and then Tristan Burleson. And then in the secondary, you've got Walter Maton, who we've seen out there a little bit, Jason Basilio, Simon Marshall, and Akbana Williamson. Those are your starting lineups for both teams, and we will see again Portage with the offense out first. So kicking things away, it's always kind of a toss-up as to whether it be Wilcox or Faunder. We've seen Wilcox out there practicing the field goals a little bit. Just kind of getting things started. We've got about 5 seconds left of halftime. So you've been tuned into the Host Connections halftime report. Host Connections, they are proven under pressure. Doom, 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 doom. So starting things up will be a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs tonight are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So the teams are out there. It will be Faunder to kick things off here for this Quintel kickoff. Back to return, you've got Maybon. You've got Williamson Jr., and then out on the far side, you've got Walter Maybon III. And so the second half is officially underway. We'll see who gets that ball, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So not a bad way to start for Portage.
Not a bad way at all. You don't have to worry about fielding the kick. Just let it bounce in the back of the end zone. You get an automatic start on the 20-yard line. Now, I'm curious to see it. I mean, Portage went to sort of not really a heavy set, but kind of a heavy set by bringing an extra lineman in to play tight end. Curious to see if they go back to it early or if they decide to try a little bit of a play action.
What was your favorite offense to run through? What are you guys good at?
I like the flex one more.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, 3 wide receivers to the left. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Young looking to throw. Pass is going to be incomplete. Maybon was the intended target.
Definitely a good play call. Trying to get some momentum going with that passing game by doing a nice little quick pass. Had 2 guys on curl routes. Fortunately, just wasn't able to bring the ball in. I mean, as far as throwing the ball short, Young has been there on the short throws. It's just those deep throws and medium throws that have eluded him tonight.
So he has, I have him, and this is all unofficial, but 4 incompletions in a row here. Fields in the backfield, Maybon in motion. Give to Fields, running through that right side a little bit. He will pick up 3 yards on the play.
Looked like Valpo took a note out of Portage's playbook from the first half when defensive end trailed the pulling tackle and was able to make a play. Was able to make the play, wasn't able to make a huge stop, but still is making it 3rd and long. And with a team that hasn't really been able to throw the ball, this is a huge 3rd down going 3rd and long.
Yeah, not a whole lot of consistency in the passing game so far tonight. So, 3rd and 7 here from the 23-yard line coming up for Young. I've said this in the game against Michigan City for their quarterback to try to, just get some short passes, get some confidence boost. It is going for the deep ball. And that one's going to be incomplete out across midfield. The intended target was Corliss. But I feel like those short passes, just watching the ball enter the hands of the receiver, picking up a little bit of momentum, and then go for the long plays.
No, I agree 100%. You need to build up that confidence in your quarterback. As you said, and again, we don't know if it's official or not, but that might be 5-6 incompletions in a row. At this point, maybe run a quick screen, something, little bubble route just to get your guy going. I mean, again, good play call right there with streaks. You've got no safeties in the backfield, so it's one-on-one coverage the whole way.
Stokes and McKenzie back to return. We have a fair catch called by McKenzie out across the 40-yard line. Punter, by the way, for Portage is Cody Young. So we will start things up just outside of the 40. No, they will mark it at the 40-yard line officially. So Valpo gets to start in pretty good field position here. Start the second half. So back with Kellen Hosick here. Coming into this game, 54% completion percentage. Over 900 yards of passing. The run is going to pick up about 4 yards. Gage Finley was the ball carrier, so Thomas Berta.
Looks like they're sticking with that inside zone concept they ran in the first half of just running it up the middle and kind of have a big-on-big kind of a mindset with blocking.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Finley again up the middle. This time he's going to pick up just 1 yard. It's going to make it 3rd down and 5.
It's going to be an interesting 3rd down call here. They've essentially just stuck to the inside run. It feels like almost every play outside of that quick little 2-minute drill they had in the first half. I mean, again, the pass attack's been there with the way they've developed this run game tonight.
So we talked about awards that we're going to hand out at the end of this one, and I know it's a 28-17 ball game, but you got to give it up to these defenses here. They have been stepping up and stopping a lot of and preventing a lot of other big plays from happening as well. And if you can go back-to-back 3-and-outs here for both sides, that's a big stop for as Julian Stokes on the outside gets across midfield. And just as I say, stop on 3rd down. That's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down for the Vikings.
I mean, again, the great thing about the jet sweep is you get your wide receiver at full speed hitting that corner. And, I mean, you've got most of the defense, unless they're in one-on-one man coverage, which they were in that instance, are having a cold start because they're not able to move and, start out, get a head start like that in a motion.
Seven yards for Stokes. Walter Mabon credited for the tackle. Snap to Hosick, gives to Finley. No, it's Hosick with the keep. Hosick out across the 40, out across the 30, turns around, spins, and gets to the 20 before he is knocked down. Big hit there to end the run. That's Joseph Raines who got that big shoulder in there to tackle Hosick, but a huge pickup for Hosick.
I think Hosick had everyone in the house fooled there. I was still watching Finley run the ball, and all of a sudden I see Hosick just spurting out to the side. I mean, great play call. It didn't really look like a read option. Looked more just like a QB keeper. Defensive end bid on it. And, I mean, again, linebackers' eyes were watching the running back the whole way.
28 yards on the run for Hosick and a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. This time Finley gets it, juts up the middle, gets stopped before he gets tackled. In on the tackle is number 7, Tristan Burleson. And he is tackled for another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. And this time he gets a 10-yard pickup.
It looks like they went right back to the read option there. You can see Hosick watching the defensive end. He sat there and stayed instead of coming for the running back. Hand off to the running back every time.
So 1st and goal here for the Vikings to start up the second half. Finley up the middle again before he is met by the defense of Marshall. So gets the ball marked up to the 6-yard line, so pick up a 4.
Looks like the defense is going to stick with letting the running back go up the middle. I think Hozak is scared and running to the outside with a couple of big runs from him tonight. And I do want to correct myself from earlier. I said the defense was in a bear front. It's actually called a double eagle. You got 2 shades, and then you've also got 2 walked up outside linebackers.
So that's a double eagle, you said?
At least that's what we called it.
Okay, okay. Just run inside the 5. Double eagle. I've never seen that in my golf game, I can tell you that. It's not even a thing, though. I don't think you can get. No, that's not a thing.
Maybe back-to-back eagles, call it a double eagle?
Yeah, well, I'd be lucky to not get a snowman on my scorecard. So that run up inside the 5, so a pickup of 1 for Finley.
I mean, again, Valpo's doing a great job of establishing the run on this drive.
So 3rd and goal here. And Finley in the backfield. Looks like with the snap. Finley trying to push his way. He'll be just shy of the goal line, but it'll be 4th down. There's Marshall in there on the tackle again. This time it's up to the 2-yard line, it looks like, so pick up a 3.
I really like what Valpo's doing with the run game because the past couple of runs have just been inside handoffs, no read. I think what they're trying to do is bait that defensive end on the opposite side to essentially bite on the run eventually. And when he starts biting on it, that's when you start doing a little bit of read option, pull and dip out Hozak to the side.
It's Portage. Finley, is he in? No signal yet. They're saying stop the clock. They're looking for something here. And they are saying that he is short, and that'll be a turnover on downs. What a stop for Portage.
That is a big stop by the Portage defense right there. Way to bend and not break. I mean, again, that's a gutsy call going for it on 4th down, but here's the benefit. Now Portage starts on their own 1 compared to starting, potential missed field goal or anything like that or a block.
Yeah, so they will have to start at their 1, so deep in their own territory, and they're right on the goal line here. So Young will start on the left line of the end for Vikings. Looking to throw. Far side of the field. Pass is caught on the far side out across the 15. And still breaking tackles and getting up to the 20-yard line. Pass was complete to Anton Mathis.
And, I mean, that's a great way to get the passing game going. I mean, again, wasn't really a medium throw, still a very quick pass. Get the ball out of your hands as fast as you can. Wide receiver made a heck of a play on the ball there. And it leads to a 1st down for Portage.
It's a 20-yard completion for Young. Fields gets the ball, and nothing doing there. Picks up 2 on the play.
Fields the ball carrier for Portage.
I mean, I like that pass play call. Almost if I'm Portage, I might go to the air a little bit more on those quick plays. It looks like Valpo is bringing a lot of pressure. Not really a lot of deep safeties. Most of the safeties are walked up. They're usually blitzing a guy or 2. I mean, those quick passes are going to be open, maybe even a screen here and there.
So 2nd down and 8. We'll see if they go to the air. 2 wide receivers to the left. The handoff to Corliss across the 20, 25, 30 before he is knocked out of bounds about the 33-yard line.
Well, that is definitely one way to beat an inside blitz. Do a little bit of a end around, and I mean, again, you got one-on-one coverage, so you've got wide receiver for DB. It's a good play call, and you get your playmakers out in space by allowing them to get out there.
23 yards on the ground for Corliss on this one. Tice Morrison on the tackle for the Vikings. Young looking to throw left side. And pass is going to be complete to Corliss.
To number 4, Quarles.
Corliss is having a good little drive here. Big run, now a catch. I mean, again, Portage is going to that quick pass attack. when you've got 5-6 guys blitzing every time, you're going to have one-on-one coverage 9 times out of 10. I mean, just got to take advantage of it.
But like we said, these are some short passes. These aren't going for the deep ball, but getting these passes and then getting some yards after catch as well. So building the momentum for Young here. He's completed his last 2 passes, completes one here. Mabon with room to run out across midfield and up to the 40-yard line, it looks like. Up to the 41 officially, excuse me.
And there is the bubble screen. You've got a blitzing attack from Valpo. Might as well just throw a little bubble screen. That's the best thing to beat the blitz.
Brought down by number 27, Levon Redmond for the Vikings.
So Mabon gets that one, 19 yards on the completion again. Run here to the near side, and that was Williamson with that one.
The ball carrier for Portage.
And, you know,
another forcing mechanical first down.
Portage is doing a good job of attacking this blitz. So halfback stretch there. You let your running back get out on the edge. And, I mean, again, Valpo has been bringing the linebackers up the middle every time. So, I mean, by putting your running back on the edge, as long as your receivers make the block on the edge, I mean, you've got nothing but green grass for at least 4 or 5 yards.
And that works out. He picks up 11 on that play, so that worked out in his favor. So a lot of that green grass. And it grows all around. So I'm still in dad joke mode there. Pass complete out to Quarles out near the 20. Stays in bounds before he's tackled out across the 15.
Pass is complete to number 4, Amante Quarles.
Seems like Portage might have been listening to us as we were talking about the quick passes to get their quarterback going. And, I mean, they have done a great job of doing it on this drive. And, I mean, it's gotten Young basically in a motion. He's got 4, I think, completions on this drive right now.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great way to open up this drive. You know, Valpo's starting to respect the pass a little bit more. No blitz that time.
The Four Seasons mechanical first down, this time now from the 13-yard line. Run ahead up to the 9-yard line. The ball carrier was Williamson.
Williamson, the ball carrier for Portage.
Valpo brought the kitchen sink that time, as we like to call it when I was a little bit younger. You know, now with the Madden and all the college football games, they call it Engage 8, but we used to just call blitzing the kitchen sink because you're just setting everything down the middle and saying, we're going to stop you on this. But, you know, good play by Portage, still get 5 yards out of it.
Second down here. Young looking toward the end zone. Pass is caught out of the air. Mathis on the far side.
Cody Young's pass is complete to number 1, Anton Mathis.
And what a great drive by Portage right there. You know, get the quick passes going, got their quarterback with some confidence going forward and do a little goal line fade right there and let your receiver beat the DB. Did exactly that and led to a touchdown for Portage. I mean, very methodical drive right there.
Bulls it within 5 with a PAT pending. And that one is up, and it is good for the kicker, Tyler Giangilio. So that kick is good, and it is a 4-point game, 28-24, 3:05 to go in the third quarter. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
Welcome back to Game 9. We got a Quintel kickoff here. Valpo will pick this one up at the 30 and tackled immediately. We'll look to see. That was Austin McKenzie out near the 30, so we'll see if we got any forward progress on that one.
And again, Portage sticking right with that squib pooch kick. I mean, the good thing about it is your guys get there pretty fast, but on the downside, too, if just one or two good blocks, and I mean, you can break one real quick for a touchdown on that.
Oh, we've seen it happen already, or at least big runs to set up that touchdown for sure. Thomas Berta had a 61-yard run to set up a 3-yard touchdown run. Looking to see. Yeah, Berta is on the sideline. He is not dressed, or he's not in a position to go here. Big run on the near side. Still going. Can't get tackled before he's thrown out of bounds. What a pickup, Keegan Bagley.
And what a great running catch by Bagley there. I mean, kept fighting for yards more and more. And I mean, again, that's not something we've seen a lot of passing. And, you know, it feels like both teams decided the second half, hey, we're going to throw the ball around a little bit more.
.48 yards for Bagley. On the left side, nothing doing over there for Finley. And that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
It's a great way to respond by Portage's defense. You just gave up a big play, come back, get a 1-yard loss, tackle for loss. Great way to respond.
Second down for Valparaiso.
So it'll be second down and 12. That's what they have on the board at least. And stopped immediately at the 25. There was just nothing going there. Portage was not fooled on that one as Charles Kopp is stopped.
Number 9, Charles Kopp, ball carrier for the Vikings.
I mean, that's one of the benefits to this defensive front that Portage runs. I mean, you're bringing 5, 6, 7 guys sometimes in this defensive front. I mean, at one point you're going to get to a point you don't have a guy to block a guy.
So another loss of 1 on the play. So third down and 13 now for the Vikings. So we're going to be looking, I'm guessing, in the air again. Hozick stepping up, looking towards the end zone. It is caught in the air. They're going to mark he was down, but is he in for the touchdown? Yes, he is. Julian Stokes.
And I mean, that is just, you can tell the chemistry both Kozak and Stokes has just by that connection. I mean, Stokes jumps up in the air and is able to bring that in for a touchdown. Heck of a play by the young kid.
Stokes with his 5th touchdown of the year. Makes it a 10-point ball game with the PAT on the way. Will Cox up and good. So that makes it a 35-24 game with 52.1 left here in the third. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Got a Quintel kickoff coming up your way here. Again, check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. But we've seen quite a few of those plays today. Some of those not necessarily the touchdown plays, but the plays that set up for the touchdown, like the Keegan Bagley 48-yard pass to set up a eventual touchdown here.
And I mean,
this one touched in the end zone for a touchback.
What a great response by Valpo. I mean, again, Portage feels like they have all the momentum driving down the field, doing whatever they wanted on offense, and Valpo came back out, scored right away. It almost feels like this is going to come down to who makes the first mistake after a score.
So we're going to start things up at the 20 for Portage in their own territory. And we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. The Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company's proud to recognize superheroes on the gridiron. So 1st and 10, starting things up from the 20. Young gives off to Fields, who turns on the right side. Not enough to turn, though. Looks like he's going to pick up about maybe 3 on the play.
I mean, that's exactly what you want as an offensive coordinator. You get Fields out in space, good blocking by the offensive line. You get Fields essentially one-on-one, maybe one-on-two with some linebacker or a DB. You're hoping he's able to barrel over them, essentially being the bigger guy.
We're going to have time for one more play here in the third quarter. Game clock at 17, game clock down to 10. Give now on the left side, Williamson guts through the defense near that 25-yard line, but not quite there. So we'll call it 24 and a half. So 3rd down here. So that's a pickup of 1 for Williamson. And that is the end of the third quarter. So we go to the 4th. It is 35-24 in favor of the Vikings. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual card, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We are 3rd down and 6 from the 23-yard line for the Portage Indians. Young to his left. Pass is incomplete.
Young's pass falls incomplete.
Mabon was the intended target. Kind of checking through here, Chris, just kind of looking. I know for Portage, that last touchdown for Valpo, certainly questionable, right near that goal line there. Was he stopped short? We didn't get a good I didn't see a replay of it, so I know some of our fans some of the Portage fans are thinking he maybe didn't get in for that touchdown.
And number 1, Julian Stokes.
Appreciate you guys tuning in, though. Thank you for tuning in. Understand you may not like every call, but we're happy to bring you the coverage nonetheless. Trying to throw to make the trick play happen here. Mabon's got it before he's knocked out of bounds. Trying to pick up the 1st down on 4th down here. They were trying to roll that one out a little bit. And so Young's pass is going to be complete on the 4th down.
Great play call by Portage right there. Fake punt instead of actually just lining up in formation. And that's the danger that Portage has set up by throwing other guys in motion on punt. Now you enable them to be able to fake it, especially when your quarterback is the punter. Makes it a lot easier to throw the ball compared to seeing some of these guys in the NFL that were soccer players or from Australia or
That's
something.
True. 20 yards on that completion to Maybon. So Portage still alive here to start this fourth quarter. Give us to Fields here on the right side, out across midfield, and he'll be tackled with a plethora of Vikings in there on the play.
Portage taking a note out of Valparaiso's playbook essentially by having the fullback start on the left side of the line and come out and essentially is a pulling running back at that point. And I mean, it enables him to get out, hit that linebacker, and opened up the run for Fields right there.
8 yards on the pickup. 11:16 to go here in the fourth quarter, so this will be 2nd down and 2 for the Indians. Snap, Young gives to Maybon, who runs ahead and is able to get in there for the Four Seasons mechanical first down across the 45 up to the 43-yard line.
They go right back to that little inside zone jet sweep they like to run. And, I mean, again, it works. I mean, you get a nice little 2-3 yard push, and in a situation like that, it helps you get the first down there.
Got him unofficially 31 yards on the ground today, 21 yards passing. Get unofficial numbers. Give to Maybon again, who tries to turn on the left side. He gets out across the 40, so he'll pick up 3 yards on the play.
So they go back to a similar play that time, but this time they have the right guard pull instead, so it's almost like a power jet sweep compared to the inside zone jet sweep they've been running.
Okay.
I mean, again, Maybon is probably one of their better playmakers on the field at any given time, and they're making sure he's getting the ball one way or another on this drive.
One of the few seniors on this offense that we were given for starting lineups at least. This time Young gonna throw. Keeps. Runs to his left. Throws. Pass is gonna be complete at the 20-yard line. Looks like it's Mathis out there. I'll wait officially here, who's slow to get up. And he might have a little bit of a cramp going on, but it was Mathis with the catch.
And I mean, what a play by Young right there. I mean, he's motioning for him to get out more space, and Mathis just reads his quarterback perfectly, keeps running, and what a great throw by Young, who's, not been able to really connect on a lot of deep balls tonight, but he was able to connect there, and I mean, it's a huge play for Portage right there.
So up to the 17. Young looking to throw towards the end zone. And ball is going to be incomplete. His intended target was Quarles.
Intended for Quarles.
I mean, that looked like a pretty good throw. I mean, Quarles is right there wide open. Just threw it a little bit short, it looks like, from the replay on their Jumbotron out here. But, good play call overall. You're getting your guys one-on-one.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Portage.
Just got to connect on those big plays. I mean, you're 1-2 big plays away from gaining momentum and being down by 5 points.
Looking to pass again this side on the left side. And pass is incomplete, looking for Maybon. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 here from the 17-yard line.
And it hurts you when you have 2 incompletions back-to-back, especially on the start of a downage. Now it's 3rd and 10 compared to if you maybe run it once. Might be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, but still 3rd and long.
I gotta say, Chris, I like working with you. You agree with everything I say, which I'm not. Usually I'm not used to that. Usually I get well, Brandon. That's not necessarily right. You're kind of an idiot, but that's usually what my broadcast partners give me. Young looking for the end zone, or looking for the completion toward the end zone again. Pass is going to be incomplete towards Williamson. We do have a flag. And some yellow laundry has entered the field, and we'll see what this one is. And I thought I saw the initial signal was going to be against the defense. Oh, nope. So illegal man downfield, so it means one of the linemen was heading down the field as waiting for that pass to get thrown.
Definitely.
Now, what position did you play when you?
So I was a center.
Okay, all right.
So I was in the nitty-gritty.
You can speak to this in this particular case here. Are there times where sometimes as the lineman you kind of get suckered in as the defensive player maybe kind of pulls back a little bit? Does that? I'm not sure on the mechanics of the offensive line. Can you kind of get suckered into getting downfield like that?
Oh, on occasion. I mean, especially my college team, we ran a lot of RPO.
Okay.
So there was a couple times, I get about 4 yards downfield and then realize, oh, crap, the quarterback's throwing the ball. And you're just, at that point, you just either try to blend in or you just fall down. But, I mean, sometimes the ref still catches you regardless.
I got you. Okay.
But, I mean, there's definitely times that you almost get suckered in. I don't know if the high school rules are different than college. I think you can, as long as you're within contact of someone, you can go 3 yards.
Okay.
I could be misspeaking on that.
Let's get loud because it's 4th down.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if you're the defensive player and hey, the play's going one way, you might start to stagger back a little bit, and the guy goes with you, and you go past that yardage, and they're kind of suckering you into that. So at the 22-yard line right now, looking for the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete on 4th down here. So the Vikings will take over at the 22-yard line. And like you said, you kind of like the idea, starting to build some momentum on the side of Young, but maybe some runs to kind of get some more, and then maybe a short pass again. But he was opening up. He was getting those short passes to open up the deep pass.
Yeah,
and a little inconsistent with it on that last drive there.
And, I mean, the drive before that, they opened up with they had a screen at one point, Throw those quick passes behind the line of scrimmage. Throw a quick curl or slant. Get your guys some confidence.
Look like Finley on the run there.
Gage Finley is the ball carrier for the Vikings.
And he picked up maybe 1 yard on the play, so up to the 23. And now if you're Valpo, you're in a position where you do want to run the ball quite a bit just because you want to milk the clock.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 for Valpo.
So they're going to give him 2 yards on the play, I beg your pardon.
Definitely looks like they're milking the clock just a little bit. I mean, when you're up by 2 scores, you definitely want to do that. But also, you got to be careful. Can't turn the ball over either.
And that'll get back to the line. Nope, close to that first down marker. I was looking at the wrong marker there.
Charles Kopp is the ball carrier for the Vikings.
Kopp runs, and he picks up to the 29-yard line, so a pickup of 5.
Number 15, Jamari Duff.
I got to say, both defenses have done a good job of surrounding the ball carrier, too. Not a lot of one-on-one action with ball carrier or tackler. They've done a good job of having multiple people there bringing hats to the ball.
It's 3rd down and 3 here. Hosick looking to throw. It is tipped, and that was wobbling for sure.
Pass falls incomplete.
So incomplete, it'll be 4th down. This will be a huge stop for Portage if they can keep this, or if, they are going to bring out the punting unit here as Wilcox will come out. That's a huge stop for Portage there after turning the ball over.
Very big stop, great job of the defense coming back out here, getting a quick 3 and out and letting their offense get back on the field. I mean, you're enabling your team to win the game. Defense is doing their job. They're looking at the offense now saying, hey, we got your back.
And this should theoretically, should set up decent field position for Portage here, as they're going to take that at the 40 and run with it a little bit out across the 45. And we do have a flag on the play now after. And
we do have a flag on the play.
It looked like it might have been Pleasant who was the returner on that one, but we do have a flag, so we'll see what happens here. This is usually in the area of taunting probably somewhere. Or somebody said something they shouldn't have. Maybe.
Could have been taunting. Could have also been just unnecessary roughness. A little action after the. Yep. And
that's brutal.
And that's a huge penalty you can't have in this situation. I mean, you're down by 2 scores right now. You're down by 11 points. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left. The only bright side is you've still got 3 timeouts, but I mean, every yard counts. And I mean, when you're you're already starting with good field position, and now you're 15 yards less. I mean, you're starting from 33 now. It definitely is a momentum killer for a drive at times when you get that big on sportsmanlike.
Yeah, so you were at like the 47. Now you've got to take it at the 32 and a half, it looks like. So we'll just call it the 33. So that is a huge penalty for sure. Pass is complete here. Out across the 35 now.
Young's pass is complete.
And, you know, there's that quick screen pass. They throw the running back out in motion to get him out as a blocker. I thought almost they might run a little halfback swing, you know, swing screen, but instead they throw it right back over to their playmaker on the last drive, JoJo Mabon. He's kind of been all over the field tonight.
So I was looking down for, was that Mabon that had that catch there then?
It was Mabon on the bubble screen.
So Young gets the completion, now looking to turn. He's got some pressure. Now he's got the wheels on. Out across midfield. He's got a couple men to beat out to the 30. He's going to get through, and he steps out of bounds around inside the 10.
I mean, that is a huge play. Portage, what got Portage on that, I mean, Valpo read that bubble screen. They saw they were running the same play to the opposite side. Good heads-up play by Young, and, I mean, heck of a run to get out into space and almost score on that play.
So that gets it down to the 8-yard line now. So a huge run for Young. And that gets him into so he's kind of offsetting that penalty there a little bit with his legs, but would have liked to get in for the touchdown, but he's going to work to try to get his team into the end zone here. First and goal from the 8, but we'll have a timeout taken, and we will step aside with him. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us. Make sure you stay tuned after the game. We'll send you back. Guys are doing the RSN Red Zone again tonight. It's been a pretty good success story on the Region Sports Network. Happy to provide all the coverage for you on that front. I got to be part of the maiden voyage of that, so kind of doing like a little NFL Red Zone, but with the RSN coverage. Looking at highlights from all over Northwest Indiana. Justin Cole set him up a great job there as Fields takes this one, runs ahead, and is he in? They're going to say he's short of the goal line. So 7 yards on the run for Fields.
Looks like we might have a Portage player down after the play, but, I mean, good run by Fields. Pretty straight-up inside run play. You know, something not talked about enough. I mean, that having to call a timeout there for just adjustment issues and to avoid getting another too many men on the field penalty. That's a huge timeout call with 6:35 left. But on the bright side, if Portage can punch this in quick, I mean, the timeout may not necessarily kill them if that defense can get another big 3 and out like they just had.
Yeah, it's just those weird nuances of the game where things kind of, you know, you never know what's going to work out in your favor and what's not. And sometimes, you know, something like this, it, you know, could rally a team in this particular case. But then when you talk about the times to, you know, give enough time for Portage or for Valpo to have, because you know they're just going to be, again, trying to run the ball to keep the clock moving. They're not going to try to, you know, give Portage the ball again and keep it close.
I would also watch out. There's sometimes you see it every once in a while when a team's trying to run the clock out, they'll mix a little mid-pass in there just because they know that defense is blitzing every play. So you got to be careful blitzing on every play.
So Fields in the backfield here. Hand off to him, and he runs ahead, and he is in for the touchdown for the Portage Indians.
I mean, that might be a momentum swing for Portage right there. You know, you get that 3 and out, drive down right down the field on a drive that looked like it could have died out real quick on that bubble screen, and Young's able to peel off a huge run, 2 big runs by Fields in the red zone, able to get in for a score. And, I mean, you got 6:24 left. There's still a lot of time left in this game to potentially be down 4 after this extra point.
Yeah, this is where you're going to find out maybe a little interesting notes on the special teams. You've already seen some interesting things on the special teams.
Oh, they're going to go for 2, so they're down by 3.
Here. Okay. So Young, empty backfield. Gives to Maybon on the left side, who is able to get in.
And, I mean, that is a huge 2-point conversion because now compared to being down by 4, you're a field goal away from a tie game and overtime.
And we've seen some, the opening kickoff, the opening Quintel kickoff was fumbled by Valpo, which allowed a field goal for Portage. So we'll see what happens here. 3-point game, 6:24 to go. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Chris Figg. Happy to have you with us on a beautiful evening for football. And again, this is going to be a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are brought to you by Quintel Incorporated. Handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Trying to get a big return here for the Vikings out across midfield and up to the 40 before he's finally tackled down. Like number 48, that's Ben Fedorchak with the return. So a nice big gain here. But, we talked about if you're trying to run the clock out a little bit, you kind of do want to use the whole length of the field. But at least now you're in striking distance.
Yeah, I mean, you're within striking distance, could potentially get within field goal range. I mean, here's the big thing. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Those squib kicks and pooch kicks can come back to kick you in the butt sometimes just with, your return team is able to gather around and be able to get better blocks.
Starting things up from the 38. Handoff is to Finley, who's got time on the right side. Gets to the first down marker before he runs out of bounds. And unfortunately for Valpo, that's going to stop the clock.
Good run by Finley, but you got to keep your head up and, realize kind of what situation you're in sometimes. I know it's hard, especially when you're getting ran down by a linebacker or a safety that's on an angle with you. Good news is there's still 6 minutes left in the game. So, I mean, if Valpo is able to score on this, essentially you're putting it in Portage's hand if they've got to hurry up and score fast.
Yeah. They've been very methodical tonight. There hasn't been that quick play. When they have been hurried up, it doesn't always look good. Finley again on the right side, this time up to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 7.
I mean, the great thing about Valpo's run game is they're able to get their running back past that first level to where they're hitting a linebacker at full steam ahead, and the linebacker's having to make a play, whether it's an arm tackle or a tackle straight up. I mean, that's, again, a testament to the offensive line by being able to get that front, essentially 6 blocked almost every time.
Those will be 2nd down and 3 here. Quarterback keep. He runs to the left side, and he's going to have space for the touchdown.
I mean, great run again. You've got the dual threat quarterback, and they've lined up this quarterback run several times now throughout this game where they keep handing off on the inside, keep on doing it, and finally once they realize that defensive end or outside linebacker's crashing, pull the ball and run. And, I mean, it's wide open every time.
And that time it was able to get the 21-yard run for the touchdown. Wilcox is on for the extra point. And it is up and it is good. So it is a 42-32 ball game. And we will be right back. You're watching Game 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Got a Quintel kickoff here for you. Mabon, Williamson, and Mabon, your returners for Portage, as Fonder will kick things away. Jojo Mabon takes it inside the 10, running laterally, now trying to make his way ahead. Oh my gosh, what a tackle. In there on the tackle. And you're going to get a good cheer from the Valpo crowd. That was a hit. Cole Wheeler, holy cow.
That was a huge hit.
And we do have Jojo Mabon that is slow to get up. He is walking off under his own power, but, man, that came with some authority.
I mean, that was a hit. That's a hit that you see on sometimes Saturdays in college and Sundays.
You know, the way the NFL goes, sometimes Saturdays, sometimes Mondays, Thursdays. You know, in some cases,
on occasion, a Friday.
Yeah, Might as well just have a game every day of the week at this point. They did that after the COVID. They had games on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays.
I remember as a Ravens fan because they had a game on Wednesday when the whole team got COVID.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Strange times we live through, but pass is up at it in the air. Big contact made there. Incomplete. The intended target was Mathis.
Definitely a risky throw there. And
Mathis, excuse me. We got guys that are down, so we're going to take a step aside for just a moment. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. The only for Mathis down at the 40-yard line. Looks like it's just a cramp, so they're trying to stretch him out a little bit. So we're hopeful nothing too serious. Again, don't want to speculate, but just looks like they're trying to stretch him out there. Gives us a chance to remind you that after this game, we're going to send you back to the Centier Bank studio. So the guys at the back there, check up on the latest scores, highlights, and more. All live from the Centier Bank studio, Region Football wrap-up show. So Mathis, who slow to get up, is going to head toward the sideline there.
Looked like he had a cramp in both legs when the trainers are coming out to stretch both legs, and I mean, fun old wives' tale that my college coach used to make us do before a game. He would make us drink a can of tomato juice to prevent cramps game day. Let me tell you, it was not a fun.
Oh, no.
It was not fun.
I don't like doing that even with, grilled cheese, let alone having to do it before a game. No, thank you.
But you know what? Never cramped in a game.
All right, well, I'll remember that. Maybe I'll have a grilled cheese with it, though. Young looking deep down the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. Looking for Walter Mabon, the third.
Young definitely has a cannon on him. I mean, he is zipping the ball out there, and like we've said, I mean, he is just almost there on those deep plays, and I mean, he is Portage is, in all honesty, maybe 2 or 3 deep plays away from taking over this game in the first half and now the second half too.
Well, we talked about, this being a young team in terms of being juniors. Those are going to eventually be completions, in your senior season with a veteran team. Now he's going to tuck and run. Going to get stopped at the 30, going to keep going, and he is going to get to that first down marker. So he's now doing it with his legs.
I mean, nice play call right there. It looked almost like a quarterback draw, kicked the running back out, made it look like the bubble screen they've been running the last drive, and then this time instead he tucks it and runs, and there's a hole wide open up the B gap right there for him.
So Young, 13 yards on the run, brings it up to the 34-yard line. Clock continues to go down. 4:42 left to go here in this one. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Young looking to his left down the field. Pass is going to be caught by Maybon.
Young's pass is complete.
And there is that deep throw that we've been waiting for a connection all night. I mean, he threw that all the way from the 30 to the opposite 20 almost.
Well, we've got multiple flags on the play, unfortunately. What a catch, though. The defender falls down, so there may have been some separation there. Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
That is a huge first down, and, I mean, would have been a huge penalty because if he didn't catch that, I mean, that's a huge yardage for Portage to just keep the momentum going.
So it works out for Portage. They're at the 21-yard line now. So that was a huge pass for Young to Maybon, and now Williamson runs, and he is tackled for no gain on the play.
Nice little spin out by Williamson. I mean, looked like Valpo was going to get a tackle for a loss, but he was able to spin out right around his blocker and the defender and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they didn't give him a yard on it.
So maybe 1 yard there, as we mentioned. That pass, by the way, was 45 yards. Young to his right. Pass is going to bounce. Oral's not able to come up with it, so that'll stop the clock with 3:43.
It's almost okay to have an incompletion here. It's kind of a free timeout stopping the clock with 3:43, but I mean, again, obviously, I know Portage would rather the clock stop with the touch. You got to be careful with that. You can't just keep going to it because eventually Valpo is going to start lining 2 safeties deep and dare you to 2 safeties deep and dare you to throw it deep.
So 3rd and 10 coming up here from the 21-yard line. This is kind of where we've seen Young start to use his legs a little bit more. Wheeling out to his right, looking to his left.
Prevent him from making a big play. Even better, Portage is going to get the ball on the 11, so they don't necessarily have to score to get a reset of downs. They'll still have a chance for another first down if they would like.
Well, that's huge because we were on 3rd down, if I remember correctly. So that was going to force 4th down. Young hands off Quarles to the right side, trying to dodge the defenders, and he gets inside the 10 before he is tackled.
Tackle by number 17, Tice Morris.
So Tice Morris in there on the tackle, gets inside the 10 up to the 7-yard line.
I mean, Portage loves those little jet sweeps. They love getting their receivers out in space by getting a full head of steam before the defense is really able to. But the kicker is, looks like Valpo's almost in a man coverage defense every time, so they've got a guy trailing him the whole way and able to catch up pretty quick.
So 2nd and 6 coming here. They are trying to get to the 1-yard line, but they're looking for the end zone. Young, left side, and it is picked off! Running all the way back. It's got one man to beat is Young, and Young is in there on the tackle. Brody Wheeler in there with the interception.
And I mean, what a pick by Brody Wheeler right there. He was able to read the quarterback the whole way, almost lined up in a zone coverage, maybe a robber zone coverage there. May have not been intentional, may have been, but I mean, he was able to read the quarterback the whole way.
So Brody Wheeler, the sophomore, gets the interception. And so that is A huge play that sets up the Vikings with 2:42 to go. Now, there are still 2 timeouts for Portage.
Valpo just needs to get maybe a first down, maybe 2, depending on how many yards they get on this first play, and they will be able to wrap up the game. Unfortunately, it looks like that pick may be the nail in the coffin as long as Valpo can stay mistake-free here.
So now for Valpo, runs ahead up to the 40.
Finley's the ball carrier.
I mean, that's almost what you want as Valpo. You don't necessarily want to get the first down right away, just because if the Portage does decide to call a timeout, I mean, now it's 2nd and 4. Portage only has 2 timeouts. You're able to drain both timeouts after maybe a first down run the next time.
Right.
I mean, you're able to just kneel it out from there.
Yeah, you want to be able to use as much time as possible. So 4 yards on that pickup for Finley. So 48 yards on the ground for Finley now, who, in the game because Thomas Berta had to come out. Another run here. This time it'll get back to the 40, so no gain on the play.
Gage Finley is the ball carrier.
Getting a little chippy between the front 5 and the front 4 for Portage and Valpo. But, I mean, again, in a game like this, I mean, any penalty can affect either team in a negative way at this point.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's 2025. Let's mark this down. You and I, let's pencil in. We're going to work this game next year and see how different this game looks with a young Portage team versus a senior-laden Valpo team. And see where we're at the end of.
Yeah, I think I was looking at it earlier. I think Portage only loses. Yeah, I think I was looking at it earlier. I think Portage only loses six starters overall.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's huge in a 6 starters overall.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's huge in out of 22 compared to Valpo. I mean, you've got senior receivers. On the offense alone, you're losing everyone but the left guard and the quarterback.
No, I will say, Valparaiso has historically been one of those programs that, they just always seem to produce talent every single year. We saw their younger levels come up here, and, you get a game like this, an exciting game like this, and you bring your middle schoolers and your younger players, and you get to see this, and this is an exciting game. This is how, if you're Valpo, you keep kids in your program. And for Portage, you're doing kind of you're on the road, obviously, but when you're at home and you're getting close games like this, this tells you, if you're buying into the program, which I believe a lot of kids are, and I don't know why you wouldn't with the pedigree of Coach Richards, but, you're getting close games like this. I mean, this is going to be an interesting matchup next year. I'm so excited to watch Portage next year, and they're going to do those fundamental things. That's going to be a turn with Coach Richards at those younger levels, getting those little intangibles all correct on a regular basis.
And I mean, like you said, this is a Valparaiso team 2 years removed from a state championship.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've got the pedigree, they've got that championship pedigree. I mean, most of the kids on this I think all the starters were on that same team, whether they were freshmen, sophomore. So I mean, they've been around that championship winning team, and they know what it feels like to win.
Well, then you want to be part of that, too. There's a pass here on the near side. And out across the 30 up to about the 25-yard line. Pass complete for Bagley. And unfortunately, there is a flag in the play. So unfortunately for Valpo, that stops the clock with 1:09.
And I think it might be on Valpo. A little extra stuff after the whistle and play.
And this is where, as a veteran team or as a younger team, you learn how to, the big penalty against Portage, the unsportsmanlike after that good return.
After the play, personal foul on the defense.
Oh, it's on the defense. Oh, offsetting.
Okay, so 2 penalties on the play. But this is where, teams start to maybe, try to induce the penalties to kind of set things up negatively for either side.
I
get under the skin a little bit.
I'll agree to disagree with you on that.
Sometimes all right, first time tonight you're going to disagree with me. All right, that's fine.
Sometimes
I will take it.
I mean, as being an offensive lineman, and sometimes you want to get under the skin, but at the same time, you've got to make sure it's controlled and careful because it can come back to bite you too.
Oh yeah, there's no question, and I'm not saying that that's what everybody wants to do, but sometimes, to build, especially if you have another junior, you're going up against another junior. You're going to remember that matchup next year. You're going to remember that, especially since this matchup will be at Portage next year, and you'll have the Portage fan base behind you as well. Not that Valpo fans won't travel, but but that's just those are just little things that I always kind of hear, especially when I used to work down on the sideline a little bit more. I get to hear a little bit more of that jawing back and forth or what coaches say and stuff like that. It happens a little bit more frequently than I think we lead on to up here in the press box. We can't hear it.
It definitely does, and I mean, again, like you said, it does add some fun to the game next year, especially because this is a game that you're going to see again next year. It's not like this is a one-off,
Right. Yeah,
this is the last time they're playing for 3 years. This is a conference matchup. They are going to have to see each other again at some point.
Yeah, and this isn't, and I'm not trying to say that there was anything negative going on either side. Like, they're just drawing back and forth. That's just kind of the nature of football.
Yeah, especially, in a situation like this, minute left in the game. And sometimes...
Running left side, trying to get toward the end zone. Finley before he's knocked out of bounds. And they are going to say to stop the clock, so there's 61 seconds remaining.
And I will say sometimes as a defensive player, if you're on it, the side that's trying to come back in the game, sometimes you might draw a little bit more to try to draw that penalty in a sense to get that team to back up. But again, sometimes it backfires like it did just now. The offsetting fouls, it almost worked.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful with it.
You know who it seems to always affect is the Chicago Bears. They always seem to get caught with that.
Well, because the problem is it's always the second guy that gets caught.
That's what I'm saying. Right, exactly. So tackle in the backfield here. So clock continues to move down to 45 seconds. Again, Valpo just trying to milk it. I wouldn't say, out of sportsmanship, Valpo not probably trying to really go toward the end zone, just trying to get it down here and end this one and make it a 10-point game.
Yeah, you don't want to score here. I mean, sportsmanship-wise, even in a big rivalry game, you've got to have a level of sportsmanship in any game in general. Because, again, as we said, you're going to be meeting each other next year, and just that one unsportsman play,
Yep,
Portage is going to remember it next year.
And Hosick will take the knee, and that will wrap things up here from Valparaiso. 7 seconds remaining, but it's going to be a 10-point win for the Valparaiso Vikings. And we talk, this is week number 8. You got 1 week of the regular season left. And then all of a sudden you're going into sectional play. And usually there's a bye because the sectionals with the DAC schools. So they will have a week off. But, these are the weeks where you're building momentum. And this is a big win for the Valparaiso Vikings to get that momentum, to get the good play going into sectionals. They'll meet Lake Central next week over in St. John. And then, for the Portage Indians, I was really impressed overall with this game. I thought they moved the ball really well. I thought they did a lot of good things. I mean, the quarterback, obviously, you're to be desired when it comes to getting completions done, but that's just development in your quarterback.
No, and the big thing is Portage is still a young team. As we said earlier, You've got 6 guys that are seniors that are graduating at this point. You're going to return a lot of the firepower you have on offense. Everyone on that offensive line, minus 1 guy, is going to return, and that's huge, especially when you've got a running game and a dual-threat quarterback in Young. I mean, Young's only a junior. Give him 1 more year in the system, or not necessarily 1 more year. We got 1 more regular season game, but you get 1 more off-season in the system, 1 together.
And we will see Portage taking on the LaPorte Slicers next week as well. And then before you know it, on Sunday, we've got the sectional draw show. So season's wrapping up, but these are the weeks where you want to just start getting that momentum going on your side. We got award winners we're going to hand out, so we're going to crunch the numbers here for just a moment. We're going to step aside. You are watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Sentier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Sentier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Sentier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Sentier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Chris Figg. Happy to have you with us. It is a Valpo 42-32 win here in Valparaiso. Let's go ahead and take a look at our award winners for tonight. We've got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are proud to recognize superheroes on the